then they carved out his heart. Oh.
It's a good heart. They were up.
That's horrible. 33 people on that fucking boat.
I still don't. I just read the report where the guys jumped off. I think they said there were 6 crewmen, but only 5.
There's going to be no one that, I mean, there's going to be no money for anybody. I bet their liability insurance is less than $1 million.
They're the biggest scuba diving company in California. They got 3 big boats.
Oh, I wonder what they get there. I mean, how much? God, I have no idea. Still, 33 people dead. I don't think they have $33 million in insurance. How's that? $1 million
I bet you they
apiece.
do. I bet you they do.
God, do you think so?
33 million? I bet you they got at least that.
I don't know, damn it.
Well, I mean, that's
If they don't have that many assets to protect, why would they have that much? I don't know what those boats are worth.
75-foot boat.
Oh, they're big fuckers?
Yeah. It slept 33.
Oh, that's a lot. That's
does not recognize the legality.
What happened to you guys going on the same trip?
Possession there carries a sentence of up to 3 years.
I lied to him this morning when he called. I said I'm wearing kind of a square one that's got blue and white and red stripes on it. Collared shirt, button up, and then I threw this on.
God almighty, the Bahamas are just...
Oh, they're fucking destroyed. Have you ever been there? I've never been there.
Yeah.
Was it nice or
Yeah, it's nice, like islands are nice.
like Mexico?
You know, like islands like Hawaii,
Yeah.
and like any island, Cayman. Here's what you have with islands:
I don't like
tourist
Cayman.
areas and the fucking pits. That's what you have with islands, right?
The one that's big time like that's Punta Cana. You've got nothing but beautiful resorts, and then literally right on the other side is Haiti.
That's great show, guys. Thank you.
Haiti's a hellhole.
Right, and can't you see it from a plane, just how it is, because they chop all the trees down in Haiti?
Yeah.
And then it's
Yeah.
Haiti.
I almost got off on the wrong stop.
I've been to Haiti, but I've been to the
You went to Dominican
on the
Republic.
beach.
Yeah, that's Dominican. Haiti's right on the other side. It's one island cut in half. Half's Haiti, half's the Dominican. In the Dominican, if you go to, what's the main town? It's a hellhole too, though.
Is it really?
You stay at the resorts, or you get mugged or something. I mean, I'll pull out my karate skills. But
all one of them?
Yeah.
I got that one move.
That was Seinfeld. I gave him the move.
Oh God.
My quarta.
I do the move.
The move.
I made up the move.
Do you use a knuckle? Do you use a clockwise swirl?
Oh God.
So where's the hurricane now?
I don't know. I lost track.
Look at this up. Look at the Bahamas, man. It's
Yeah,
level,
so
bro.
my sister said that they're not feeling that much in Florida. 50-mile-an-hour winds.
It's off the coast. It's kind of going right up.
That's so nice.
Yeah, that's...
They looked out.
They lucked out because it might have hit where it hit last year.
Yeah.
The Panhandle, right?
Well, it's just stalled out over the Bahamas. That's why they got crushed so bad.
Yeah, it was like moving at 5 miles an hour or something, just unheard of.
They said it was moving at walking speed.
It was the largest storm ever hit.
God, can you imagine? You
Did
could
you see
walk
the
right in the
satellite
eye with
maps?
the storm.
Some improvements though. Looks like that earlier wreck on the south end, westbound.
When you see that
Back
from
has been cleared on the way south,
space,
getting
holy
back to
shit.
speed there.
Yeah.
Off highway, northbound Buckley.
Holy shit, dude, I can't believe they're actually putting my shit up.
Police are investigating that serious.
It has been-
Just imagine flying through that. Just imagine flying through that.
Wouldn't that be a
These
trip
assholes
flying
do
into the
that.
eye?
But these hurricane guys do that.
Yeah, they do.
I
Yeah,
don't
but they
know.
have a
They
certain
would-
plane.
Well, it's of course it's a certain plane, but I don't even know.
It ain't no Cessna.
I don't even think they can go through 185 miles an hour.
Yeah, I'm sure they can.
Don't they come in on it? I mean, they can't go through it, can they?
I don't, they do it on purpose.
They go through the eye.
But I gotta.
No, don't
yeah,
they
but
kinda
you
drop
have to.
down
They
into
go
the eye?
no, they go through the back end.
Oh, where the
Yeah.
The back end is actually the
The
left
tail.
side.
yeah.
They go
Unless
to-
if it's a typhoon.
Yeah, well, that's south of the equator. But if they go this way, and then they get the upslope, right? Or whatever it is. No, the downslope. But it's that, and then they get into the eye, but they don't go to the other side. They don't go to the other side. That would kill.
I might pick up my neighbor's
How do you get
car
back
and
out?
use it as a
The
joke.
other, you just fall that way again.
Put it on his roof.
I mean, it's extraordinary, and even that is crazy.
Well,
They
Please
probably
drive.
send an unmanned one in there too.
What's that?
They probably send an unmanned.
They do. They have capsules they send in.
Yeah.
And the capsules record things
Yeah.
and send stuff out, but they don't retrieve capsules normally.
Look at the size of that forklift, boy. That thing goes.
This is live.
Yeah, 40 feet in the air it goes to erect that thing. I had no idea they were bringing out a big mama like that.
Are you putting up a statue of yourself in your yard, or?
Yes.
Nice.
Remember, no, I'd never do that because of the whole Saddam thing. That didn't work out well for him. Do you remember how they caught that guy? He was like under a house in a cave, and they drug his
He was
ass
like
out.
in a sewage dish. Yeah.
Now, I
Yeah,
expect
that
a
was
little
just
more
like
cooperation today, Shannon. None of this crap. I want you to be part of the
I
act.
like the.
Get on my ass.
Intro.
I'm Tom Martino. Welcome to the only show of its kind anywhere in the universe where we are helping people. So you explain. Tom Martino's a radio show. What does he do? Helps. How? Just any way he can. By exposing liars, cheaters, ripoffs, by making references and referrals to great people on the referral list. At referralist.com, also warning you of scams to come, scams that are, scams that were. And what mistakes people make and how not to make those mistakes again. Thank you. This hour brought to you by Frank Duran, therealestateman.com. Frank is for buying and selling real estate. The best of the best, as I say. You know, when you say stuff like that, accolades, it almost gets tiring because people say, I heard that before. You know, and that's too bad, isn't it? That marketing messages somehow take on a okay, what else is new kind of thing. It really is too bad, really. Think about it. And I promise you, honest to God, I promise you, every word I say is true. And if you ever doubt me, you let me know. And I'm telling you, you hold me to it. I owe that to you. This is not just commercials I do. I mean, I have a heartfelt feeling when I recommend people, and I've known him for years and years. Frank Duran, the real estate man, 303-920-1622. Now, what about you? Do you need help? Call us. 303-713-TALK. The new Troubleshooter show, I call it. I should be retiring, and now I'm launching a new hour. So we're going to 2. That's 10 to 2 every day, right? 10 to 2. It's called the entire day part, midday. Tell people about it. And around the country, you can catch us on iTunes, podcasts, everywhere. Also, live on Facebook and live on YouTube. Let's go to the phones. You can call 303-MARTINO anytime, anywhere. Please leave a number. We'll get back to you. You don't have to stay on hold. 303-MARTINO. So if you're listening at night or you're exercising very early in the morning, you can call me. 303-MARTINO. Our other number is 303-713-TALK. Chad is an example of someone who called us, and we got back in touch with him. Chad, what's going on with you?
Yeah, hi, Tom. Thanks
Hi,
for taking
Chad.
the call.
And thank you
Hi, Tom.
for calling. And what's going on with landscaping? Landscaping is one of those things, man. There's such a short window, most parts of the country, that these I don't know, man. I don't even know how they can do it. No one wants to be at the end of the list. Everyone wants to be at the beginning, and they need to make money quickly. What's going on?
Yeah, so I had the misfortune. There's a lot of landscaping companies, and there's a lot of work to go around.
Mm-hmm.
I use this company, Fit Turf of Northwest Denver, and I'd used them in 2018 to treat an ash tree for that emerald borer deal. And
what deal is that? Is that something we should all know about?
Well, the city of Denver says yes, but you can choose to believe them or not. A lot of people spend money on chemicals to treat this ash borer infestation that hasn't quite happened here. But
is it an insect, obviously?
Yeah, it's an insect that ruins ash trees specifically.
Okay, so what's
So
happening?
I thought, I'm going to get ahead of the ball on that and treat this ash tree. Went online and
I don't blame you. Protect your ash, man. Go ahead. All right, so what's happening?
So used them in 2018. A year later, a sign shows up in my yard and an invoice for $346.
A year later.
A year later.
Were you billed for the original?
Yeah, and I paid it. So I was billed for it. I knew, I didn't even look at the invoice.
So you're thinking, what is this?
Yeah, I knew what I owed. It was $336. I thought it was a lot, but you do what you do. So I called in, paid with credit card.
Okay.
A year later, these guys show up.
Gotcha.
They don't knock on the door.
Hold on. They did it again.
Yes, they did it again on an annual service contract.
Did you sign an annual service contract without realizing it?
No, never did. Never talked to them verbally, never gave verbal permission. They stand behind this idea. They say that on your invoice at the bottom is printed, and I'm going to read this to you.
All right.
For your convenience, service continues from season to season. For a change in service, please call our office.
Oh, come on.
I know. Now, they say they also sent
ridiculous.
emails.
That's a bunch of crap.
I know. And if they send emails, fine. They probably went to my junk mail where they belong. I never saw any not only that, Tom, but they tried to run my credit card. And thank God Capital One was on the ball.
Oh, I love that Capital One does that. Now, there are some weak spots in Capital One, but I like that they give you those emails or texts saying, did you do this?
That's right. And I said, no, that I did not authorize.
All right, so right now you're not out money, right?
Well, I don't know, because they're fighting it. And we went through the Better Business Bureau.
Now, hold on. How are they fighting it with Cap One?
Well, they're not fighting with Cap One. I'm not out. I apologize. I didn't understand. No, there's no money given to them. I'm behind it on this.
Now they're trying to collect. Now they're trying to collect.
Well, they haven't gone to collections, but they are sending statements. They are, they're saying I still owe them. Now, they said in fairness, they're gonna dock the invoice by half, and so now I only owe $173 instead of.
May I ask something? I want to ask some straight up stuff between you and me. Sure. Does this benefit you, or do you think you wouldn't have needed it?
Oh, I never would have done this. No, I felt like the first time they didn't even do the job.
What I'm saying is, do you have any infestation? Do you need this service? That's not at all.
No, not at all. And it was never explained to me that it would be, the need to reapply, multiple times to this tree anyway. But, they never showed up. They never knocked on I think they showed up because they left a sign, but they never knocked on my door. Now, I work out of the home, and I'm aware of everything that's going on in my house. They never knocked on the door. They just left the sign. I never saw the treatment.
Suffice it to say, you don't even have to say all that. I mean, so I think you're in a battle, which you should be. Don't pay, and it's really skewed against them. They don't just get to owe it. They don't just get to be paid. They can't get money from you. The only way they can ultimately get money is to go to court. Now, they go to court though, not just collection. Here's the problem though: if they do what's called credit blackmail, I detest, but unfortunately, credit reporting agencies allow people to do this. So, what are we learning today? Credit blackmail. That means someone says you owe money, you don't. They besmirch your credit, and therefore you feel obligated to pay. They don't get to go before a judge. They become the judge, jury, and executioner.
Not if you take them to court.
No. But what I'm saying is, the default is credit reporting agencies believe the merchants. If you contest it with a credit reporting agency, they say that they're obligated to verify it. Now, how do you think they verify it?
Right.
How do you think they verify it? I'm asking.
They ask them.
They ask the merchant, is this true? The merchant says yes. They have to show nothing. So you are automatically guilty. They are judge, jury, and executioner. So as Mark said, to stop this, you sue for slander of credit or you sue for something and stop it. But that's the problem. The default is you are guilty. We've had kids get out of a lease. The landlord says, you ruined the carpet. We bought a new one. The kids say, I say kids, young people, we are not responsible. So they owe, let's say, $600, $700, $800. They don't pay it. It goes on their credit. They can't rent another place. They're forced to pay it. It's blackmail. They don't have the money to sue. We had a case where Yellow Cab, this was in the old days, when Yellow Cab, before I think Viola Transportation, but Yellow Cab got into an accident with a woman in a parking lot. The cop came and said nobody's at fault. Yellow Cab charges the woman for the repairs. Then they bill her. She doesn't pay it. So they put a black mark on her credit, as if she didn't pay for cab fare or something. She gets bad credit. Do you see? It's credit blackmail. So that's the only. Well, if they do that to you, we're going to fight them with you. We'll tell you how to fight it. But for now, I'd ignore it. I don't even know why you're fighting it. I'd ignore it. Say there was no agreement, there was no contract, there was a one-sided solicitation. Screw it.
Yeah, I hear you, Tom. But you get your hackles up when you feel like you're taken advantage of.
Well, but now you let people know. What's the name of the company?
Fit Turf of Northwest Denver.
Fit.
And they have plenty of one-star reviews online through the Better Business Bureau.
And you should put one
Google.
too. How they did this to you.
I have. And they took advantage of an elderly couple. That was on the news, 7 News, Channel 7 News.
Oh, so somebody did a story on them?
Yeah, they did. Channel 7 News, denverchannel.com. Yeah,
how long ago was that?
I'm not sure, Tom. I think it wasn't fairly recently. It might have been a year or two ago. So they haven't changed their practices, is the point.
What were you hoping you'd hear from us, or did you just want to warn people?
I want to warn people in every way I can. You're a local channel
that
gets the word out, and you're a good resource. And people trust you. They know your name. And
Thank you for letting us know, because this is something that I don't think most people would realize. Because if they get this, to stave it off, you simply write across the receipt, no continuing service or whatever. You don't have to do that, but that would be good. Thank you, Chad. 303-713-TALK. 713-8255. K&H is our guest today. K&H Home Solutions. I've known Ted for 30 years. He took over K&H Windows years ago, changed the name and expanded the product line. They used to do these storm windows. You remember those storm windows? You could exterior storms you could slap on. A lot of people still find those energy efficient, but obviously the newer houses are going for new windows themselves.
Sometimes you still have to service them.
You still service them?
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Not very often.
Yeah. That was his claim to fame back then, Henry the Original. And then, of course, they sold windows. What was the top window back then when Henry started? Double pane?
Yeah, double pane vinyl windows.
When did triple pane come in, vinyl?
Well, triple pane has been around for a long time. It was around back then.
Oh, really?
On a very, very limited basis, so, yeah.
But does everyone want triple now?
Not everybody. The glass technology has gotten a lot better over the years, so some of the double pane glass
is what triple used to be, right?
Yeah, it'll perform almost as good as the triple pane.
We have more coming right up.
Do you know someone with depression? Hi, this is Ed Green, and let me tell you about Arahant Mental Wellness.
As always, guys, I have a few spots in between.
30 years seems like yesterday.
Not that you were out in the field a lot more 30 years ago than you were yesterday.
Is that what?
I bet you were out in the field a lot more.
I was in my 30s, brother.
You know what's unfair about time is the older you get, the quicker it flies.
It does.
True.
It's a very odd thing.
And it fucking really does. It really, really does.
Actually, it doesn't. It just seems that way.
Of course.
Well, I don't know.
Well,
If time is purely just relative to you. Yeah, exactly.
Mike is on, guys. Uncle Kevin! I joke with Kevin Calkin because he's a big friendly guy, like a trusted uncle. And he has 2 locations with SheridanAutoTech.com. Lakewood and Aurora, look it up. But here's the bottom line. You want a relationship with a shop, not just a one-off, right? You want to be able to get things fixed and maintained, and he has thousands of customers who depend on his honesty and value, the experience, the knowledge, and the convenience. You can trust him. Trust is above all. Of course, they have the knowledge and skill and the same techs for years and years. 303-455-7242, SheridanAutoTech.com.
I tried to download this app, it's nowhere. It's called Zayo, a Chinese app that uses deepfake technology
You need to
superimpose
for
themselves
K&H
on the faces of movies and TV stars.
Oh, you're into that, boy.
I think it's crazy cool as shit, man.
What's that, Zayo?
This one called Zayo, but I can't find the app.
So that's the face.
I wonder why the app.
I earned $1.50
Sweet.
on Quora.
It's payday,
Nice.
Gray. You're buying.
Do you use it for backlinks to your website?
Quora?
Yeah, it's pretty
No,
good.
just answer questions.
Link when you do it, link it to your website if it's like a relevant answer. If you have a
Oh, I
blog on your
always do
website.
that. Oh, I always do
Are
that.
you sure?
On every answer.
You link it to the site.
I give them, for more consumer information, I give the show link, I give it all.
Or are you
YouTube.
saying you link just that answer?
So I link
Every answer I
an
do.
article that we have, like I'll answer something that's like, how do I pick a contractor?
Right.
And then I link directly to 7 questions that ask for
yeah.
contractor. Yes, super good for SEO.
I do all of that.
They have a really strong authority.
The issue was losing hair toward the front where
Once in a while, though, they don't like you doing that.
Yeah, they don't love it.
They would catch me a few times and take it off.
hair restoration procedure.
But I've become a popular answerer. I mean, look, I earned $1.50.
Getting paid.
Look at him, man.
The show's gonna be over before you
If
know
you get a
it.
certain
Look at
number,
him.
I guess
tax out of it.
Yeah.
I never got the check, but they're keeping track of it for me.
Oh, wow.
What? What?
So, yeah,
A secret?
fucking lie.
Who
What are you
lied?
talking about? I don't understand what that means. I get a 15-minute notice.
So,
Of what?
Today he was going to come out and do with her work on her house.
Yeah.
So
She didn't know that was today?
Well, I told her it was going to come today and stuff, and then Courtney said, you never told him to call me. That's fucking lie. You fucking lie.
Well, how do you know
Well,
he lied
maybe
and
he's
she's not
mistaken. I
lying?
mean, he's not a liar.
How do you know she's not lying?
I don't know. It could be. I don't know.
You're getting too deep into that one. He offered a full fucking refund. I mean, Jesus.
Yeah, you've met him. He's not that.
I know, he's a nice guy. That's what I'm saying. But when you go to a new business like that,
So no matter what
better get off your ass.
CarMax is buying, and we'll buy your car even if you don't buy out.
But what's the difference?
Mike's on.
We buy all.
If he gave 15 minutes, didn't she know he was coming?
Drug addiction is something, and substance abuse is something we hear about all the time, okay? But if it happens to you and your family, if it happens to a loved one, what do? You don't know what to do. You know, you have to ask questions like, how did it happen? Or what do I say to them? Or what can I do for them? Or what should I not do for them? Really, how do I deal with it? What's out there to help me? Where are there free resources? I've heard of one or two, Salvation Army, whatever. I also heard of other things. The Raleigh House will answer those questions. Listen, they run rehabilitation programs. But the worst thing they could do is not have people informed. They want to inform people about addiction, about treatment, about costs, about everything. So you can call them free of charge anytime, confidentially, and get loving information. Straightforward information. 720-730-9722. 720-730-9722 or theRaleighHouse.com.
Is sponsored by MG.com.
No, but I thought she knew he was coming out
I
today.
had told her that stuff, and then like, he was going to give her a call and line it up. But you don't just call someone 15 minutes.
I don't know. I don't even like hearing about it anymore. I think she's fucking unreasonable.
It wasn't a good job. You started out.
I agree, but when he offered the full refund,
What do you do
that
other than
puts
a
it
full
to bed.
goddamn refund, for God's sake?
I know, but like I said, what it is she had all this work lined up, and that's why she did it.
So she had the counters and everything
What, she want a new
done.
house? What does she want? What does she want?
Well, the last thing she wanted was 50% off, and everything fixed at the same time. And Courtney said, "Not over my fucking dead body."
What, are you going to have a full refund? Will it pull it all out? Or, well, does he give her, so he's going to give it to her free? What does he mean?
No, it's not gonna be- just gonna fix it.
Hi, Tom Martino here. Welcome to the show. Let's keep going here. You can call us anytime you want. K&H Home Solutions is here. They have the dollar installation this month going on, and that's a real deal. And the way you know that is you look at it. It's a real deal. No installation charge. Well, $1 for your per window, right? $1 per window. That's like
right.
saying free. It's kind of a great advertising thing because you get beautiful windows and you get $1, and you can tell it's a real deal. We never ever have people that fake this kind of stuff at K&H. Some we'll talk about that, but more like, for example, with the winter coming on, does siding really make a difference? I mean, is siding insulated enough to make a difference? I guess if it's installed right, I don't know, guys. Does siding really insulate?
It's not going to make the kind of difference that putting insulation in your walls will make.
Right.
But it'll make some difference.
Right. Mostly it makes a difference, I think, especially with a good insulation, on draftiness. It can be a barrier.
Yeah. Well, you're going to put the house wrap around.
Right.
So that's going to help.
Right.
And then you can put some insulation underneath it. But again, it's not going to be the same as putting insulation in your walls.
Windows does more for that kind of thing, for heat loss and than siding.
The whole system works together.
Yeah.
So wherever you have your weakness, that's where you're going to lose heat and cold.
303-713-TALK. Margot, you have a fraudulent real estate transaction going on. What's happening with that?
I'm calling on behalf of a friend. I have a friend who owned a house over off of Woodman Road, and it's on the side of a hill where many of those houses are really steep.
Woodman where?
Colorado Springs.
Yes, Colorado Springs.
Okay, tell me the problem.
The problem is she sold the house, and the new buyer...
When did she sell, dear?
About 2 years ago.
Okay, and the new buyer sued her?
Sued her because floodwaters from the Waldo Canyon fire runoff ran down the backyard and basically shifted the house.
Now,
somehow.
Is this buyer claiming she knew about these problems and did not disclose them?
Yes, the buyer is saying that the seller did not check the box about foundation problems.
Well, here's what I want to know.
There.
Were there foundation problems prior, or did they happen after?
They happened after the guy bought it.
Okay. Why is he saying that she knew about it?
I don't know. I guess he just thinks she's loaded and decided it was her fault.
Non-disclosure things are difficult to prove. But let's say this guy can pull permits, records, or talk to contractors who say, or inspectors or engineers who say, yeah, I went out there and I talked to Margot's friend and told Margot's friend she had a problem and it was going to cost this much, and she said she didn't want to do it. I mean, if there is a record, Margot, then perhaps this person will win. Most of these cases don't go to court. They don't ever go anywhere. They're very difficult to prove. So did he
already went to court and won.
Wait a minute. Oh, well, hold on. Wow. That must have been did he win because she didn't bother fighting, or did she put up a fight? Well, I mean, he must have proven it then.
She tried to put up a fight, but
did she have an attorney?
Yes, she had an attorney, and my question is, if all of it, she used a realtor, of course, to sell it, and a home inspection was done, of course, which is standard practice, and all of those things passed with flying colors.
What did he prove?
Sale.
What did he prove that she withheld?
That she had checked a box, you know,
I know
that.
But how did he prove she knew about problems?
I don't know.
Okay, so what is your question?
It's not even relevant at this point, though.
Yeah, well,
I'm just wondering if she can. I would think she would be able to sue the realtor and the home inspector.
There's no the realtor did nothing wrong.
Well, a realtor is supposed to facilitate the contract and make sure that all those boxes are properly checked.
The real estate agent the real estate agent and broker have no authority to influence those answers one way or the other. Now, if that
Don't they practice limited law
with the transaction on the transaction, which means if the real estate broker believed his client or her client, if their client was lying, they would withdraw. They can't influence. They can't really do anything about it. So your broker must have believed her. The broker, it's not up to the broker to say, Mary, are you sure you don't have foundation problems? Because, that's not up to the broker. It really isn't.
She did not have foundation problems until the floodwaters from the Waldo Canyon burn scar supposedly shifted the property after she had already sold it.
That's not true.
Which, in my opinion, is kind of an act of nature.
That's right, but it's not true. Otherwise, the court would have found differently. That's simply not true. That seller or excuse me, that buyer proved in a court of law that she knew about a problem before the sale and refused, or not refused, but covered it up or did not disclose it. Now, I'm telling you, whether you like that or not, Margot, that is the court record. So to go back and say she didn't do it, it doesn't matter, as Mark said. It's done. So now we have to figure out what can she do for recourse. I don't think, I'm not saying this as an attorney, I don't think she has a case against the real estate broker. I don't, unless the real estate,
inspector.
If the real estate
broker,
Margot, hold on. If the real estate broker said, do not tell them, or urged her to lie. Now, what about the inspector? Okay. Inspectors have a lot of disclaimers in their contracts. Now, you say inspector. She didn't hire the inspector. She is. Well, then
the buyer.
Well, how does she sue someone for which he has no obligation to her? That she didn't hire him. What would she sue for? I mean, it's up to the buyer to sue his inspector for not doing it. She has no contractual obligation. The inspector had no duty to her whatsoever. None. Zero. No duty to her. Are you saying this inspector should have seen the damage and outed her? Is that what you're saying? What are you saying? Does she sue for? Oh, really? So she sues for.
Rubber stamped the house and said, you know, as an expert home inspector, this house looks good to go,
now,
and everything
Margot
is fine and dandy.
So
and the buyer bought it based on that advice.
Margot,
and that,
I have to ask you this. That's idiotic. Did Margot hire him? Does he have an obligation to the seller?
Yes.
I'm not even. You know what? I've decided I don't talk to nonsense anymore. You know why? Because it's this, my head. Up against the damn wall. That's what it is. I talk to morons. No more morons. I give you a chance, but if you're going to be a moron, get the hell off the air. Okay? It's stupid. I've heard of reaching for straws before. But you're going to sue the buyer's inspector because the buyer did not out you as a fraud? Come on. That buyer should have never had said this house was sound. God.
I am anxious what the court's remedy was, though.
Yeah, I would have asked her. You know why? Because I could help her. She could get out of this with a bankruptcy probably. But anyway, unless it was deemed fraudulent, I'd like to know. Even, okay, you're probably hurt that I called you a moron, but if you want to call back, I will help your friend. There might be ways out of it. Tim is a real estate person. I don't know if you're a broker or an agent, but you have a comment. Go ahead, Tim.
Yeah, well, don't yell at me, first of all. My goodness. But no, I'm just kidding. There definitely could be a case against the agent. You stole my thunder a little bit. If the agent somehow suggested that she does not check a box on the seller's disclosure, there absolutely could be a case. And the agents carry heavy errors and omissions insurance.
Yeah,
just for that kind of thing.
Yeah,
so there might be some remedy in that.
But she'd have to show that her real estate broker gave her really bad advice, right?
Well, yeah, but there's precedent because if there's a court case that proved that she essentially lied on that seller's disclosure, she could absolutely throw the realtor under the bus.
Yeah, but she could have lied to the realtor.
Tim, if your client, if your client lies to you and you don't know it, you can't be held responsible for your client.
It's absolutely true, but this is generally what happens from my experience.
What?
The client says, I have problems with my foundation. And the realtor says, literally, I didn't hear that.
Okay.
I didn't hear that.
Okay.
So,
Tim, but she has to figure that out. She has to prove it, right?
But the deal is, though, with the errors and omissions insurance, rarely do they ever try to go into a litigation. They settle.
But are you saying that all she has to do is bring up the idea that her broker was in on it and his errors and omissions will simply pay?
No way. No. Not if he says never happened.
Hold on. That's not what well, that's what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, generally, especially if he works for a big broker agency, they don't want to go into litigation, period. I'm not suggesting that she lied.
No.
I'm not suggesting that
I'm not saying that, but you're saying that the client would have to offer no proof and just make the accusation in order to trigger the errors and omissions.
Correct.
And you're thinking that they would pay just to make it go away.
Absolutely. Especially
okay, I don't think so, but you listen, you're in the business, I'm not. I just don't think so. He's saying you just make that accusation, they want to make it go away.
Maybe she should just sue the buyer's inspector.
Yeah, like she said. Or sue the buyers for being stupid. I'm suing you because you bought and you fell for it. We got more coming up.
This is Denver's talk station with Ross Kaminsky.
Boy, that was a stretch, though. I couldn't believe she was saying that.
Well, there's something else to that story. There's no way. She said there was no damage until after.
Right. The judge would have never done anything.
Exactly.
This report is...
But remember, this is all third person. We're not even talking to the real deal.
That's the thing. You don't know if she knows what she's talking about.
I got a lady on Friday that wanted compensation because she couldn't afford the siding and felt shame.
She couldn't what?
She couldn't afford a siding job and she felt shame.
Wait a minute.
So she called in to ask us for money. No, she didn't buy anything.
This is a selling appointment. They didn't buy. They couldn't afford it. The salesman offered them a discount. They couldn't afford it.
They didn't say, we feel you damaged us because you shamed us.
They talked to him.
That's the direction they were taking it.
Yeah, but how did they state it?
They said that we need compensation because...
What?
You wasted their time.
Yeah, no, because they felt shame, and now they're fighting as a
You're
couple.
citing shame them.
Yeah.
You know what,
okay,
guys?
Mike's coming on.
I think you owe him something.
Centeno Schultz is the stem cell therapy clinic I recommend to everyone. Why? Because first of all, they do living stem cells. Here's an easy way to do your shopping, and I know this from extensive research. You go and find everyone who uses outside stem cells or fluids or umbilical cord blood, and they have them shipped to their clinic, no matter what they say. And I will bet them $100,000 publicly that they do not have living stem cells in what they're treating you. $100,000. Now, you may have 1 or 2 or 3 by mistake, but I'm talking about you don't have the millions that you need to do effective treatment. That's just it. Centeno Schultz is the real deal, and I stake my name on them. 303-963-9201. 303-963-9201. AvoidSurgeryToday.com.
I would have liked to hear what happened inside. Repair on site. The repair on a foundation can be very expensive.
That's why you need a workers' comp rate check from High Insurance. Now available for small...
God, this is an amazing app. Look at this, Dan. This is fucking crazy.
Wait, Mark. Are you saying it's one we can use?
It is insane. Look, they just took that guy from Big Bang Theory. Look how perfect that is.
That's good.
Let's watch her.
I want to do. Can you hold that for me so I can see it too?
It is incredible.
I want to see it.
Well, that's her though. Is that someone else's face there, or is that looks like her?
No, it's so insidious.
Oh, wow. It does it. Holy cow.
No, I know. It's just a very subtle, and all of a sudden the pixels change.
They did DiCaprio here too.
Check your rate today.
But it's video. This particular one.
I know. It makes it look like they're hallucinating, doesn't it?
This is the crazy. I tell you, they're going to ruin people's lives.
I know.
So they had one that did this with pornographic images. And actually took
they're going to ruin kids.
Oh no, they do it all the time.
Yeah, no, and then they'll send it to you and say, "Here, I have this video of you sending it."
Exactly, and that's what they're going to do. They're going to shame kids in school. I think this is.
Oh, it's the technology.
Well, here's one that you'll I don't recognize any of these people.
That's scary.
But here's that Jim Parsons from Big Bang. With the exception of that, this is the worst computer ever made. Watch, here's Jim Parsons.
In 1 to 4 weeks. 303-386-5919. Art of Granite.
What is he going into?
Look, here he is at the beginning.
So many great reviews.
God, this computer is the slowest thing. It's amazingly slow.
6 days a week, closed on
It's the worst computer ever.
303-386-5919. That's
Of course, it just blew through it. Now I'll go back.
Also on my referral list at referrallist.com.
Why are you talking Chinese there?
God, this is horrible. I don't know what to tell you guys. It just fucking flat out doesn't work. Okay, here we go. No, it keeps going back. Here, I'll shrink it down. Because apparently this computer, this 486, can't... Look, I can't even shrink it down. 486.
It's a 286. Come on.
Did you remember that? 286, 386, 486.
They're putting $8 million in the building, and the computer was built in 1930. I just can't. I got to literally reboot now. Pull it up on your Mac, man. It's called ZAO. ZAO. Did you see it? It was crazy.
Yeah, here it is.
Okay, let's try it. Who is he? Totally different guy. I have no idea who it is. But that's Parsons' body. That's a completely different face.
Can you imagine if they have you, like, pleasuring yourself in front of a mirror?
I think it's scary as kids in school.
And then they send you the video.
Aurora Orthodontics and TMJ. The name says it all. I have used these with my kids. Now, they have kids, the new orthodontics. Here's the system works both the same for adults and kids. With adults, it's more aggressive. With kids, it takes a longer time. They put mouthpieces in your mouth to gradually extend. You wear them at night to gradually expand the palate. That straightens teeth naturally. Then they use Invisalign braces for the perfection. My daughter needs no braces at all. We have done the new orthodontics. I paid $140 a month for her for a few years, and I'm done. She never needed braces, and she has a beautiful smile. My son needs a little more, but it's a flat rate per month, and it's a wonderful system. With adults, they can do it in 2 years and give you a straight, beautiful smile. Plus, they heal TMJ and sleep apneas. The new orthodontics. Dr. Kent Lawson, 303-690-0100, 690-0100.
Denver's Talk Station.
I wonder how we get it. It says it's only in China now.
I'm Tom Martino here with K&H Home Solutions. If you have any questions for them, I have a couple emails, but we'll go on to some other stuff here, like, for example, Brian.
Hey, just to tease a little, too, I have got an update on that poor old lady, 80-year-old lady who car got stolen.
We may have found another scam, and this scam is very dangerous if you have a car parked out and you're on vacation, and it's parked more than a few days. You're going to want to hear about it. And you know what? No one enforces it because they all say, well, it's a civil matter.
Well,
because they turn it into a civil matter.
Well, wait, there is a good update, though.
Okay, good. Hold on that. But listen, what I'm saying is this. If your car is not moved in a few days, or a week or 2 or 3, you are in danger of being a victim of this scam. Brian, what's happening?
How you doing, Tom?
Good, man. What's happening?
Hey, real quick, did this lady, the seller of this house, she get a report? Did the listing agent get a report from the inspector on this house?
I don't know. I imagine that, for example, the buyer hired an inspector. The buyer went through with it, and then the buyer said their home had foundation issues. The seller is saying those foundation issues happened after she sold it. The buyer is saying they were there before, and the flood just made it worse.
Okay, so are we talking a basement? Are we talking a crawl space? Are we talking a finished basement?
I don't know. We didn't delve into it because she already lost at court. What is your feeling on this?
Well, if you got a finished basement, you could have foundation issues where people can't, where an inspector can't find it.
Of course,
see it,
of course,
because it's covered up.
Yeah, but a judge already ruled on it.
A judge already ruled that she did not disclose it. That it was a kind of maybe a fraud, maybe not fraud, but breach of contract. Whatever it was, she lost.
Yeah, and you can tell as a property inspector, if you can visually see it at all, you can pretty much tell whether or not it's been there or it's new.
Well, okay.
It's pretty easy to tell.
So in other words, that's probably why they lost.
Yep.
Yes, thank you, Michael. And we have some lines open, and remember, we go through to 2 o'clock on the new Troubleshooter show. Michael, what's happening?
Hi, Tom.
Hey.
I have a question about an invoice I received from a contractor that did some work for me. They were recommended to me by my insurance company after filing an insurance claim, and after
what's the claim
going round
for?
and round. So my HOA put a new roof on my building. Within a couple weeks, the roof leaked. It caused damage to my ceiling and my wall because I live up on the top floor.
Okay.
The HOA and the roofing company didn't, take responsibility for it. I ended up filing a claim through State Farm.
Okay.
For my policy.
Gotcha.
They recommended a contractor to come out and do these repairs. The contractor came out, looked over everything, gave me an estimate.
Who's the contractor?
They're called Repairs Unlimited.
Okay. I want to say something now. We talk about different issues, and this is another issue. You do not have to use contractors selected by your insurance company. Okay, go ahead. What happened?
So they gave me the estimate. They gave me a contract based off that estimate with the same dollar.
Okay.
I went ahead and signed the contract.
And how much was the dollar amount?
It was $2,170.
Okay, so then what?
So they showed up for their first day of work, and they knew about everything on the ceiling. However, the wall that was damaged, he said, "Oh, no one ever told us about that. That wasn't in our scope of work."
Okay.
Which, for whatever reason, I guess I can give them the benefit of the doubt.
So it doesn't matter. They do an auxiliary claim.
Right. So I asked for another itemized written estimate and another contract.
For that work only? What they usually do is amend the contract, but you got a brand new contract for the extra work?
No, I didn't. I never received that.
So where are we right now? Tell me what's happening right now.
So the second estimate was for $2,440.
Now, was that hold on. Is that an additional $2,440 or an additional $300 from the original?
An additional $300 from the original.
Okay, go ahead. So far, I'm with you.
Okay, so I received that. I okayed it. They came out. They did the work on the wall. They didn't do a very good job. So the guy's name is Sam. I don't know if he's.
But right now, let's talk about you. If we have two issues, one quality and one billing, or do we have one issue? Do we have two or one?
One issue.
What is it?
I received their final bill.
Yes.
It's for $2,970.
Okay, so why an extra $500 or $600?
Exactly. Why an extra $525?
What did they say?
I mean, is it the deductible?
No, it's not the deductible.
Why? Tell us what it is. What do they tell you?
What he's telling me is that it took them more time to do the drywall, more time to do the painting. Most of it is...
Okay, well, did your insurance pay the extra money? Did your insurance pay the extra money?
They did pay, approximately $3,000. So
I need to know what the complaint is. I don't know what the complaint is. In other words, I'm hearing what you're saying, that it went from 24 to 29, basically. What is the complaint?
When I asked for that second estimate with the wall work on it, he came back and said $2,440.
I get it, and it went to 29. I just said that. From 24 to 29, correct. What is the complaint now? Michael,
he wanted to put it in his pocket.
I'm not trying to confront you. I'm trying to figure out what is the problem.
The final bill was so much more than the estimate.
Right, I said it went from 24 to 29, and that extra money, of the extra money, how much of that extra money was paid? Do I need a break real quick? Hold on, please, Michael, hold on.
Now,
He
Impact
wants to
Traffic.
just pocket the insurance money.
Which is
that's why he's mad.
fine if he would just
hold
get
on.
to that.
What do you mean pocketed?
He's
He went
saying
to
they gave him a quote to do all the work for $2,400.
I know that. What would
the
he have
insurance company gave him $3,000. He doesn't want to give that $600.
How do we know they gave him $3,000? I don't
Because
know.
he said they paid around $3,000.
Yeah.
He said that.
In the beginning, he said that.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Well, towards the
Yeah, he said that in somewhere in his long.
Why would they have given him more?
I know, so
Why would
yeah.
they have given him more than an estimate? I'm sorry, I didn't.
Because
catch
they
that.
turned in a supplemental, I'm sure. And this guy's going, hey, that's not fair. They told me all this work would be $2,400. Because my insurance company gives me $3,000 doesn't mean they get it. And I'm assuming, because the guy, we have no idea what he's saying for real.
But that's where he's going. Yeah, is he wants some of that money to go towards his deductible, which I'm.
I'd give him $50 and just hung up.
Tom.
American Restoration 24/7. American Restoration 24/7. You just heard about this guy, right, that had some wall problems and all that from leaking. If you have a problem, call these people first. Whether it be a mold, a fire, flood, storm, they'll be honest, they'll be straightforward. We know the owner, Rock. We love the way he does business. They even have an app on the App Store called AmRest. Or go to their website, amrest247.com, or give them a call, and that's 8337-AMREST. What?
This guy said he
No.
had private fire protection in Arizona, cost $4,600 a year.
I hear you, yeah. Go ahead.
And if they don't buy it and they have a fire, they'll charge them $1,500 per hour per vehicle out there.
So what's wrong with that?
What is that?
Private fire insurance in Arizona. It costs $400 to $600 a year.
4,600.
4 to 6.
Oh, I'm sorry.
600. And if they don't take it and they got a fire, they'll charge them $1,500 an hour per vehicle.
But I would assume your homeowner's insurance.
No, wait a
I
minute.
bet your
You're
homeowners
talking
won't
about
give
fire
them-
insurance on top of their homeowners.
No, I'm saying the homeowner's insurance will most likely pay.
No, but what I'm asking, when he's quoting that $400 to $600 a year, is that charged by the fire department?
Yes.
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 I never heard of such a
fire
thing.
and ambulance. They also do it. So it's a
Is it their?
private.
Is it a tax or
No,
is
it's
it?
a private.
It's a private company.
It's a premium.
That you have to say you want it or you don't. They'll still cover you. Come out there if you're a fire or ambulance, but you pay for the ambulance charge and you pay for the
firefighting.
If you don't take the $400 to $600, I would say your insurance company.
Yeah, your
you don't
homeowners
take it.
will most likely pay it.
Well, I'll bet you they won't even cover it.
I'll bet you some insurance companies won't even write you a policy in those areas.
Right.
Well, that's true, but if they do, I would assume they
Did you
have
ever
to
hear,
cover the
like
fire
when,
truck.
like when I lived in Franktown, they would ask me where I am and how far I am from a station.
Oh, I know.
Exactly.
If it's volunteer, it's volunteer or professional, they ask all that.
If you're outside of 5 miles as a crow flies, boy, you better just hang on.
And if it's volunteer, oh man, they hate it.
Or if the forest hasn't done mitigation.
I don't hear you if you're talking to me.
Centeno Schultz is the
Oh man.
for true living stem cell therapy. If you are looking for a stem cell clinic, go to Dr. Chris Centeno and his team. He's the first one to do stem cell treatment in a clinical setting in the entire country. You can find out more at
Think about how many trucks show up too. I mean, think about how many trucks. You're probably talking 2 or 3 trucks.
Yeah, but it's still only going to be $1,500 per hour.
I thought it was
Per vehicle?
Yeah.
If I was them, I'd have a bunch of mopeds in my fleet too.
Yeah.
I don't want that pickup.
Unless they are extracted
Yeah.
at the time.
I got a super blaster.
Who the hell are the Wood
wasting
Brothers?
money all over the metro area
How do you
on
fill up
lying,
Red
cheating ripoffs. If you're looking for true living stem cell therapy, Centeno Schultz, and ask about their weekly seminars.
The Wood Brothers.
303-963-9201. AvoidSurgeryToday.com. 303-963-9201. 963-9201.
The worst thing they can do is that.
AvoidSurgeryToday.com.
What?
At TV, do some talk, because first of all, if people like that shit, they're going to go anyway, and that can do nothing but sound
Turn
worse.
people off.
That's right. There's no upside to that.
That's interesting. You're right. There is no upside at all.
Nope.
If you like them, you're probably already going.
Right.
I guess it's possible someone could listen to them, like them, and decide to go that didn't know they were around.
No, because they're never going to sound good enough. as they're recording. It would be better if they Googled you and saw you online with a polish. Those acoustics suck. Listen, if we turned it up right now.
What do you think a band pays for Colorado and Company? What do you think this runs?
$3 grand.
$3 grand?
Business technology advisors a call. They can help you find just the right tech to fit your business with later savings. Visit Dell.com/business deals for clients.
See what I mean?
Kinda.
Cesaro Daniel 1840s Rendezvous.
You know what? I think I'm gonna go.
See? Yeah, that's why they did it.
It's worth it.
All about it.
Got a short egress right now.
.org for more information.
Denver Egress Windows, the only company that specializes in egress windows. We call them window wells. They can go ahead and rebuild the ones from the builders. You know, those ugly corrugated steel ones that fall apart and look like crap. Or maybe you have a really old home and you have stone in there and you need to get it rebuilt. They rebuild them beautifully. And they also put in new glass. They can do brand new window wells where you don't have any. They dig them out and do them. DenverEgressWindow.com. I've known this family for years. And you can trust them. 720-626-4221. DenverEgressWindow.com.
Alexa to play 6:30.
See if you can go to the App Store and see if you can find this. I just realized what it said. It's only available on Apple. Although what's yours, Model 2? How do you drive, a Model T, and you call people on your Model 2?
It's not a flip phone.
It's a flip phone.
Hi, I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK. 303-713-8255. This is the only show of its kind anywhere, and you can get help right now or weigh in or comment or do whatever from now to 2 o'clock at 303-713-TALK. Kane H is with us as well. And I want to take Michael. He has a contractor billing practice he wants to talk about. What's going on, Michael? This is the problem, and I see that it went from 24 to 29 in an insurance settlement. An insurance job. Now, they did the extra work. Here's what I want to know. How much total did your insurance pay?
Approximately $3,000.
Okay, and how much is a deductible on your policy?
It's $500.
Okay, so technically, you got paid $500 more than they should have paid you because the bill came to about $3 grand. Your insurance paid $3 grand. And technically, you were supposed to pay $500 of the $3 grand, but the way it looks, you're going to save that $500.
That's correct.
So what? Again, I'm asking, Michael, not as a confrontation, but for clarification. What is the problem?
I just want to know if it is common once you receive an estimate.
Yes.
To have the final bill be $525 more.
Yep. Sometimes it's $1,000 more. Now listen, Michael, if they truly did the extra work. Now they can't just willy-nilly go from $2,400 to $3,400 or to $3,000. You got to have a level of trust. Am I saying they did the work? I don't know. All I'm saying is, it sounds to me like they did the work. And these guys in the studio, just say what Mark's thinking. What are you thinking?
Well, I've got a wager for this guy. I bet I can send somebody out to his house or his condo, whatever it is, and I bet I can get him at least $4,000 more from the insurance company.
And I know we can. But I was going to tell him that at the end. Michael, though, and Michael, please be straight with me. Were you looking to keep some of that extra money, and you're upset that the bid went from 24 to 3,000?
And there's no problem if that's correct.
Is that what you were hoping?
Honestly, a little bit.
Okay, good.
The damage happened in January.
I understand that. Hang on. I don't care if you want to keep extra money. It doesn't matter. I don't care. That's fine. I want to talk to you about truly getting extra money, as well you're entitled to, and I'll tell you why coming up.
People think they're criminals if they do that. I have got no problem being my own GM.
I have no problem getting extra money for that.
But we have them in our backyard. You have one out west in Lakewood.
You know what he did say is that they fixed his roof. I assume they did.
Well, what's weird is the roofing company that just did the roof.
He could have went after them, too.
Well, they probably will subrogate.
30453-1111. New and used. Great service. Great selection. 303.
We had one lady had a leak in the skylight. Okay. Insurance company came out. Her deductible was like $500. They gave her $1,300 minus the $500. She got $800 to get it repaired. Okay. Our guy Matt goes out there with Paragon. 3 months later, fast forward, ready? $80,000. Her insurance company ended up paying $80,000.
Because why?
Well, they had to redo the roof, they had to redo the decking, they had siding issues, they had water that actually got into the attic part. You name it. The insurance company acted like none of that damage was there when they first came out.
Oh,
they wrote her a check to basically recaulk the the skylight. 80 to 80,000. We just had another one. He got involved at the beginning. How much was that one where they were bitching about his fee? 100,000?
Yeah.
So he goes out, gets him $100,000 after a hailstorm, and his deal is 10%. So he makes 10% of that. The guy at the very end, he gets him 100 grand. You know, he might have got 30 grand for the roof damage. Gets him 100 grand, didn't want to pay him the 10%.
Right.
That I couldn't believe.
Pieces of shit.
Oh, I didn't hear about that.
You get greedy.
Yeah. Matt emailed us going, how would you handle that? I said, I'd fucking sue him. That's how I'd handle it. If he signed your contract saying he gets 10%, you take him to court.
Wow.
And then you tack on 6.5% every month till he pays you. And then if he still doesn't pay you, you foreclose on his house.
It's just amazing how greedy people get.
Yeah.
This guy doubles every time, man. I mean, there's been some weird circumstances, but generally speaking, if he goes out on a $30,000 hailstorm, they end up getting 60, man.
How does he do that?
He most of the time, roofers are the ones that are going out there. You guys get this.
Yeah.
So the roofers don't tend to look at the little seals around all the windows that might have broke. They don't tend to look at the siding, the paint job, the deck, the landscaping, the overhead and profit all in these contracts. They don't tend to look at anything but the roof, because that's what they do. You guys, on the other hand, are going to look at other stuff because you do other stuff. But the main ones we see is, the siding never gets talked about.
Fences.
Because the roofer could, fences are huge, decks are huge, paint is huge.
And this guy is independent.
Yeah, he's
Public
a
adjuster.
public adjuster, independent. Landscaping is really remarkable too. You get a big hailstorm that kills some really nice trees.
Yeah.
Most don't have a lot, but you might have $2 or $3 grand in landscaping in your contract with them.
Right.
I mean, it's really incredible, the stuff that doesn't miss. We've seen cement claims where it's been big enough it chips the cement. Well, you can't repair that. That's a tear out and replace. So a lot of people might decide, I can live with some of those. A little bit of this and that, a little bit of spalling on there. Just give me the check for it. So, barbecue grills, hot tubs. I mean, you name it, they've nailed everything.
Yeah.
But most people aren't going to look at anything outside their industry.
We should get his name.
We have it. Well, he didn't seem stoked on doing residential work here in Denver.
Oh, he'll do it.
Oh, no.
Oh, we've got another guy that does it here in Denver.
No, absolutely. He'll do residential.
I've sent Matt everywhere, almost to the Wyoming border,
Yeah.
to Pueblo.
He comes up here, if not every week, every other week.
The flood stuff's the biggest one. For these guys, public adjusters, that's why this guy here, he's probably looking at so much money he doesn't even know.
Yeah.
These guys, when there's flood damage, these insurance
water
adjusters,
damage is crazy.
they just act like it's not there. I mean, it's incredible. We had a good one. Listen to this one. So they got a new, their policy changed on their homeowners. And it didn't go to ACV. What it went to was a percentage of the full replacement cost was for wind and hail. Okay, other perils, fire would have been covered, shit like that. But wind and hail, it moved to 2% deductible. The fucking house was $900,000.
Yeah, that's their new thing, is flat percentage deductible.
The whole job would have been like 15-20 grand. Their deductible was 15-20 grand.
Exactly.
Actually, I think that particular one was 4%. How much was that one they called up with the hail insurance?
It was, I think, 2% of actual, 2% of value.
Replacement value.
No.
I thought it was 4% because
no, they go by the value of the house.
Yeah.
No. But what percentage though?
I think it was 2.
So they take the land and everything?
No, replacement cost to
Right,
rebuild.
But they go.
No,
But they go
no,
by
the
the
assessed
house.
value.
Yeah.
If your house is appraised at $250,000,
Yeah.
it's 2% of that house.
Correct, and if your replacement values, if they're insuring it for $1 million, it would be 2% of $1 million. They would argue that's the replacement cost. I was telling them about Matt. I mean, it's just incredible the money this guy pulls in.
And so how does he get paid?
He gets 10% of anything he gets. So the best time to use them, what you tell your clients, it doesn't matter if it's Matt or someone else. Matt's really good, but a good public adjuster. When you guys are done and found everything you find, then you have them call up the public adjuster to look for other stuff. He'll only get paid off of the other stuff. Nothing initial.
Then it's 15%.
Yeah.
Well,
Depending.
we have it structured. Right. We have it structured a little differently, though. I think that
it's going to be 10% or 15% or whatever's lower.
it's 10% of the whole amount, or 15% of the extra amount, whichever is less. So they'll never be hurt, ever.
No, the homeowner will never be. I missed one. My house in Parker got nailed. I know I left 20 or 30 grand on the table back then. I just had no idea public adjusters existed. No idea.
Have you booked your lodging for the 8th annual
living out there?
I lived in Parker and Castle Rock. We really got nailed in Castle Rock. I know I left even more on the table in that one. I mean, I got plenty of money to get everything done I wanted, but
a military flyover, a keynote address, a multi-band music festival headlined by the Lowdown Drifters.
hey, I might get a quote from you guys. So I'm building a garage, and I'm going to have the foundation protrudes about 36 inches from the dirt. So you'll see the siding of the garage. It's a metal building. And then you'll see cement, and then you see dirt. So we're talking about 2 feet wrapped around in something. So I'll send you pictures and measurements, but I don't know what to put there.
I would do stucco. I would do a fake stucco.
Just spray it on.
Yeah, like it's an epoxy stucco kind of thing.
That's pretty smart, actually.
It looks beautiful.
And then you can match whatever you want to.
It's a concrete coating, basically, but vertical. Hi, Tom Martino here, and I welcome you to the show. Here till 2 o'clock today. You can call with problems, questions, and complaints. We've recovered hundreds of millions of dollars over the years for consumers in cash, merchandise exchanges, refunds, and services. We love what we do, and you make it possible by believing what we do and helping us help others. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. So, what we do is we recommend good people, too. By the way, Renew Home Innovations, wonderful showers. Oh, my goodness. We are getting great reviews on them. They really specialize in showers. Imagine that. You want to rebuild your shower. It's incredible. But you can have the whole bathroom done, too. RenewHomeInnovations.com. When I say above the norm, it makes you go, wow. They do have good, better, and best. And then have you ever seen solid porcelain? Oh, my goodness. It's incredible looking. It's also something compressed stone called Serica bicolor. Anyway, RenewHomeInnovations.com. Look for them on my referral list at referrallist.com. So what's going on? Let's talk. What's new? Now, you always hear me talk about what's new in houses, like siding. I think the newest stuff, well, I say new. It's been around. Everlast siding. I love it. What about windows? Vinyl windows, still pretty much vinyl windows, right? I mean, for the most part, you have extrusions. You have double or triple pane. You have heat mirror. You have... Well, what really is new in window technology? The hardware is basically the same. Now, I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I say maybe they got it right. Anything coming out new?
They're talking about vacuum glass.
Vacuum. Well, now, what would that be?
Well, they evacuate all the air.
So there's no gas. There's nothing in it.
Right.
So what's the benefit of a vacuum chamber?
I'm still studying that, but it will.
And this is Ted, by the way, from K&H, the owner.
Yeah. It's a fairly new technology, and they haven't really launched it yet.
Yeah.
So,
Ted, do you still skydive?
No.
When's the last time you jumped?
God, it's probably been about 30 years.
Why? 30? No, it hasn't been that long. No, Ted, because you did it since, I think, we've known each other. I thought you have. Unless you just...
I don't
I thought
think
you
so.
did.
No, no, my brother has more recently than I have,
maybe.
so.
Okay. All right.
Why'd you quit, though?
Why did you quit?
You know, skydiving was one of those things that was time and no money, or money and no time.
Yeah.
So...
Now you have money and no time.
Yeah. You have family, all those obligations.
Did you ever get scared?
Yeah.
Did you?
A few times, yeah.
Well, what would scare you? What would be a scare thing?
Pulling your ripcord and not seeing anything come out behind you.
That didn't happen, did it?
Once, yeah.
What the hell was wrong?
You have a reserve. So.
But did you use the reserve?
Yeah.
Okay, but why
did... tell the tale, so yeah.
No, but why... Yeah, no, what I meant was, did it finally come out, or did you have to use the reserve is what I meant.
As it turned out, I probably didn't have to, but at the time it seemed like the better
So when you pulled it and it didn't come out, how long did you wait?
Just a few seconds.
And then when you didn't feel anything, what you used the reserve?
Yeah, well, you look over your shoulder to see if there's anything out there, and
you can usually feel it, right?
Yeah, this is back in the days when they used ripcords instead of throwing out pilot chutes. So that gets into some technical differences. But when I didn't see anything,
is a pilot chute the one that pulls the big one out?
Yeah.
And is that more safe than a ripcord, as they say?
I think, I haven't jumped in a long time.
Yeah.
But the technology, the skydiving has gone to throw out pilot chutes, so I'm sure that...
Now, don't they have some altimeter-based ones, so if you passed out, it would open?
Well, yeah, they have automatic openers.
Yeah.
And that has gotten a lot better, too.
If you opened, let's say you pulled your cord or whatever you did, and the big one didn't come out, and you used the reserve...
Yeah.
And then the big one does come out. Can they tangle?
Sure. They can. In fact, in the situation I was describing to you, that's what happened. I had two canopies out, and they could have tangled, and they didn't, so I was fortunate in that.
So when they both come out, do you cut one off?
Yeah, you can't steer two canopies. So you release from the main, and then you got to follow it down because you don't want to lose it.
How do you release it? Do you actually cut it, or is there something you pull?
There's a release mechanism. So
like a seatbelt?
Man, imagine if you accidentally pulled that.
Golly.
Well, you definitely, when you're actively involved in that sport, you're keyed into the difference between a ripcord handle and a release.
And Ted Rowland is the owner of K&H Home Solutions. Now, Michael, let's get to your problem. And it's not a big problem. Michael was upset that the estimate on insurance repairs went from one price to another, and he was hoping to put a few bucks in his money. Now, I want to say something to people. There is nothing wrong. Now, I'm saying if you don't lie or cheat, there is nothing wrong with having money left over in an insurance job and keeping it. Nothing wrong with it. Because insurance companies routinely do not take into consideration loss of value, site allowances, overhead and profit, hassle factor, all kinds of stuff which technically are losses. They prefer just to pay for the solid dead part and say, look, here it is, get it fixed, get it as cheap as possible. But
and a lot of times they don't even give you that to begin with.
That's true. But truly, under insurance law and under losses, many things are considered losses that they don't offer. They just don't offer. So insurance routinely, and I don't mean once in a while, and I defy any adjuster to call me, routinely will offer less than you have coming. In fact, always. In fact, if an adjuster ever went out and offered what you truly had coming on every case, he would be fired. So company adjusters will never, ever, ever offer you what you have coming. So we suspect, and when Mark said to you before the break, you know what, Michael, you need to get more money, and I'll bet you I can get you even more money. We're talking about having an adjuster look at it who doesn't work for an insurance company. Adjusters who work for the public, therefore called public adjusters. We are tapping into this more than ever. We have had cases where one woman was offered $800. How much did she end up getting?
$80K.
$80,000, because they overlooked all kinds of damages. We had people routinely double and triple their claims. Now, for those who say, "Oh, Tom, my God, you're going to cause all our rates to go up," you're wrong. First of all, your rates will never come down. Okay? Never. If you don't do it, They're not going to say to you, oh, thank you for not doing that and discouraging that damn Tom Martino. You're going to get a break in your rate. It'll never happen. Okay, that is the bottom line. Will never, ever happen. So then you say to yourself, okay, what should I do? What you should do is take advantage of everything you have coming. And we have public adjusters that we use. And we're going to bet, Michael, that in your case, you didn't get everything you had coming. Now, it might be a tiny bit different because you're in a condo. Much of the stuff is not covered by your policy, whereas the common stuff is covered by the HOA. But we could certainly, at no cost to you, take a look at it and figure it out.
I'd still say easily doubled, maybe tripled. Easily.
Think about it.
I would appreciate that.
Now, you'll be shocked. You'll be shocked. And we're going to do it. And we're going to use it as a test case and see what happens.
Yeah, then we want you to call back.
Yeah, we would love to figure it out and have you, have you give us feedback. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255.
Essie.
Bennett has a comment. Hold on. On a public adjuster since... Oh, you have a question. Go ahead, Bennett.
Get me some orange juice.
Yes, there, Bennett. Bennett must be at a restaurant. What's going on, Bennett?
Hey, I just have a quick question.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
If we get hailed and I get a hold of Excel, because I know they're good, would I still need a public adjuster or not?
I would simply say this. Soon as Excel writes it up and they start the work, I would then call a public adjuster to come out every time.
Excel doesn't have the authority to negotiate with your insurance company. In fact, no roofer does, no contractor does. They can tell the insurance company what you need. They're not allowed to argue price. They're not allowed to argue scope. They're just not allowed to do it. But Jay can do the best he can as a roofer, but you need a public adjuster if you truly want to get maximum amount.
Thank you.
And I suggest go ahead, get your stuff. Get your stuff. And then go ahead, after you get your stuff, your settlement, go ahead and then see how much more you can get with a public adjuster. People hate it in the insurance industry because we beat them up and we win. We got more coming up.
Do you know someone with depression? Hi, this is Ed Green, and let me tell you...
Did you try calling him?
No, I think Tom was. Tell Matt we need
is pretty cool.
him to call this guy. Hey, can you get that dude's info and email it, please?
Nobody's really offering it right now.
No, it's cost prohibitive.
The one that we just had on, the insurance guy.
But you have to have these posts.
Yeah.
No, right before Bennett. Michael.
The guy that had the question about his insurance is the contractor billing.
Depending on the angle you're looking at it, you might see the post.
I'm going to just text Matt his number when I get it.
No. Switchable glass is cool too. Can't wait till that comes.
His phone number and address.
From privacy clear.
That doesn't help with efficiency.
Actually, I mean, it might offer something she'll probably not to
Excel Roofing. Excel Roofing, we were just talking about Jay. You cannot do better than Jay. I say Jay because I know Jay like a brother. I know him. His kids were born within weeks of my kids. They grew up together. And I know him as a person. Therefore, I know how he runs his business. And it all works for you. It's locally owned and operated, more than 30,000 customers since '93. And he doesn't take a penny until you're content. Don't take a cent until you're content is his saying. And with Excel, you can trust that he'll do the best ever. The best roof, the best negotiating, the best contracts, the best experience. 303-761-6400. There are good companies, right? No companies in any business are run like this. The employees are happy. The office people are happy. You'll be happy. excelroofing.com, 761-6400.
So this guy sent him this last auction, August 21st. They auctioned off, how many cars?
Who?
Denver.
Yeah, but that could be for anything.
What does that mean?
It doesn't have to be nuisance abatement.
Right, it doesn't be there, but
Wait, most of them are though. Most of them.
They're all impounds.
I don't know. I would say a lot of them get impounded and then people just never pay.
So
they don't use nuisance abatement. They use because it got towed because they were parked in the wrong place.
So it was just in August. A ton of them were impounded in July.
Yeah, but you don't know which ones are nuisance is all I'm saying.
No, what I'm saying is they said there were going to be 90 days or something. Did you say that? 60 to 90 days?
No, that's for default judgment.
Okay.
To protest the default judgment. So even if they went ahead knowing that they had, the city's arrogant enough not to hold it and to sell it, but they'd have to give them the value, and not of the auction either.
There's a 2012 Mustang went for $5,200, 36,000 miles.
Yeah, but you never know. I mean, you just have no idea.
But we can figure it out.
Oh, it tells the seizures. Also, it does.
Where?
Seizures.
It does.
Yeah.
Does it say why it was seized?
No, it just says seizure, and then it's got a.
There's not a lot, are there?
Does it have a case number? We can look up in the court.
Number.
There's not a lot of them, though, are there? Or is there?
If there was a case number, we could look it up.
City of Denver versus 1989 Ford Granada.
Right, that's what it reads. You see Don's cat. Oh God, I loved it.
Did you see that shit, man? That snake skin? That's wild. Or alligator. This dude had real alligator skin everywhere.
On his Cadillac.
I mean, he put it everywhere.
He wants
on the top, on the outside, everywhere. Alligator.
30 seizures.
That's what they called it, right? Seizure.
30. They call them seizures, right? And it's got a control number. That could be a case number, but it doesn't look like a case number. No, it just says control. So it probably references.
And we're assuming those are nuisance. Because they can probably seize under criminal action anyhow. They don't have to go through nuisance to do a seizure.
Yeah,
in fact, arguably, seizure isn't nuisance.
No, actually, there is no criminal law that allows seizure. That's why they have an accompanying law. Criminal law is criminal law. You're charged with a crime. You're not charged with a crime, therefore we get your stuff.
Got it.
That's why they have abatement laws. For that, it's very specific.
So what do you think when they're talking seizure they mean? Nuisance abatement?
Maybe, yeah. That's the only thing I can think of. I mean, I don't think they would call just towing illegally parked cars that. But they don't call the abatement law seizure on purpose.
Maybe they're truly abandoned. They're not necessarily under nuisance, but they were towed because of an infraction and never picked up.
I just don't know.
It gives the impound date, the type of car, the VIN number.
Are they all shit? They're all over the board.
They're all over the board.
Hello, I'm Tom Martino. We have K&H Home Solutions with us, and we asked if there's anything new under the sun with windows. They're talking about vacuum glass panels and or insulated glass units. And what about the extrusions in vinyl? I don't see anything more except materials. Is vinyl the only material? Fiberglass has been around a while. What about new composite materials like they're doing with Everlast siding? Would they ever do any composites, do you believe?
You know, they have worked with composites over the years, and they really haven't come up with anything that wonderful yet.
Yeah.
Probably the best known one is the Renewal product.
And what's
Anderson
that?
Has. Well, it's 60% vinyl and about 40% wood.
Oh, okay.
So, you know.
I was thinking more or less like maybe stone or carbon fiber or something. But then again, you're not interested in saving weight or anything like that when it comes to windows, right? I mean,
well, you are, because somebody has to put them in.
Oh, that's true. That's true too. And maybe insulation could be cheaper that way.
Yeah.
And then as far as custom fit, the materials don't make a difference there, except wood is harder to fit, right?
Not so much. I mean, the wood technology is pretty amazing. I've been to a wood factory, and I was just stunned by it.
Why did you go to wood factory? Are you considering wood?
Well, we considered wood over the years.
Do you ever have wood on the inside and vinyl on the out? Is there there is a such thing?
Yeah, we have a product that we sell by Provia.
Really?
It actually is wood on the interior, real wood on the interior, and vinyl on the exterior.
No fooling. Where is the break? Is it a thermal break, or what kind of break? How is it made?
It's kind of co-extruded. I think what happens is they put the wood on the inside of the vinyl.
Yes.
You know, it's a vinyl window.
Right.
Put wood on the inside. extruded on it, and it's
and
a
then you
beautiful
can
window.
finish the wood in your house.
You can finish it, or you can have it pre-finished, but it is beautiful. It really is.
That
It's
is like
furniture grade wood.
That's like the best of both worlds.
Yeah, yeah.
Except I don't mind the look of vinyl in my home inside, especially if you do the new drywall wraps and you do like relief around them, like you know, monumental kind of stuff. I've seen it done with drywall. It's beautiful. And you don't, Anyway, Martin, what's your question on your credit card there, Martin?
Yes. Hello.
Hi.
Thanks for taking my call.
Yes, sir.
Yes, I became power of attorney over my mom's account. She's 87, and she has a U.S. Bank Visa card. And when I was reviewing her statements, there was a charge of $59 every month. And when I called to find out what that was about, I guess my dad took out some type of life, in case something should happen to him that would cover them. It actually just covered my dad, and he passed away in December of 2010.
And they've been charging $59 for all those years?
Exactly, yes. And
Man, did they ever pay out any benefit?
Well, that's where I got a letter last week, and I got a statement, final explanation of final benefits, and they paid $499 or $433 because that was the balance at the time of his death on the card.
Oh, so you pay $59 a month to have the balance on your credit card paid off at death?
Yeah, exactly. I guess that's what it was for.
What?
Exactly.
That's like the worst ripoff I've ever heard of.
So when I called them, I asked them about this, and I've been talking to them about 5 times. 2 of the times they did say that they had received a death certificate of my dad, I guess from U.S. Bank back in 2014, but because it wasn't original, they didn't do anything about it. So
When did they pay? When did they pay the $433 though?
Just this past Friday. I just got the letter this past week.
Why did they pay it? Why did they pay that then? Was because of you?
Yes. Because I called to find out what
it's egregious, no matter how you look at it.
How much did you want them to pay?
Well, I figured it was going to be a small balance. My dad never carried balances on his credit cards, but I'm just more concerned. She's been paying over $6,000.
I would sue them.
Since his death.
I don't care if you'd lose or win. I'd sue them. I'd sue them in small claims court for every dime of premium.
God, if they're in the same town.
And I would make them produce an original contract. That's what I would do.
It's egregious. Man.
I would make them. I would do it.
They are based out of Nebraska, Omaha.
So I would listen. They may have an agent here. They may.
Okay.
Insurance. It's kind of insurance, but I'm serious. If I had to go to Omaha, I would. It's so, as Mark puts it, egregious. It's egregious. It's terrible. It's immoral. What's the name of this company?
It's called Central State Indemnity Company of Omaha.
Do they even talk to you about a refund, or what do they say? Do they outright say no way, pound sand, what?
Pretty much, yeah. The last two times I talked to them, and then once I got this letter, they're just stating, well, you have to refer to your contract. So I asked them to send me a copy of that contract, which I haven't received yet.
You know what? I'll bet you they can't find one. That's why I would call their bluff. I would, I would say they illegally charged him, and I'll bet you they can't come up with anything to show that he signed a contract. I'd love to call these bastards. Why don't we call them during the break?
I wonder when he cashed that check for $433 if he signed any of his rights away. Did you sign anything?
I haven't signed nothing. I think what it states is because if it's my dad's estate, they're going to put that money back to his credit card. How do I read the letter? I haven't received a check.
I'd like to know the original deal. Who would ever sign up for something like that? Was your father pretty astute?
He was pretty financial astute. I mean, he always had insurances. He was a big believer in making.
Yeah, but you said he didn't even carry a balance. Why would he buy something to pay off a balance?
I don't know. I guess maybe he was thinking about if something should happen. He didn't want nothing to come upon my mom, I guess, is his thinking, is what I'm thinking.
Well, okay, but how much for $59 a month, and he doesn't carry a balance, I mean, how much could it have gotten up to? And he's only entitled to that month's balance. I mean, it's ridiculous, or whatever that balance is. So if your balance, I mean, even if your balance is $5,000, you're paying $59 a month for a $5,000 policy. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
You know how much term insurance you could buy for $59? A lot.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I'm not too sure why.
Again, do you think your dad would have agreed to this?
I think at the time he took out the credit card, it was probably an option, and he probably just went with it, is what I'm thinking.
Well, I'd like to, you know what? I would call them again and say, look, if you cannot, and you use these words, if you cannot produce a contract or authorization that my father did this, the estate will be suing you.
Okay.
Now, wait. The credit card was under his name and the wife's name, wasn't it?
Why? What are you going to say?
Well, if it was just under his name, this would be easy because he's dead. He couldn't have made the charges or agreed to them. But if it's under the wife's name as well,
he could have agreed to him years ago.
Yeah, but
before he died.
Yeah, but they're charging him every month after he's dead.
Oh, okay. So, is this still carrying on for your mom? Is that why they're saying they still charge?
Yes, because of my dad agreeing to it, however, whenever he did, and then it will stop now. Now I had to send in.
I think you just nailed it, Tom. I think it was for both of them. It's on the card, so that's why they never stopped it.
But I would still ask them for.
No, I did ask them that to just cover my mom in case if she died, and she said no. It was only taken out on my dad.
There's not a judge in the world that's just not going to see how unfair this is. It's dumb.
Okay. Unconscionable is another word. Listen, you tell them that. You tell them that that you're going to go after them. The estate's going after them if they cannot produce proof.
Okay.
Well, you would think they would at least, listen, they would at least take the money and refund from his death. Why won't they do that?
Exactly.
Well, I'm asking, have you asked them that, Martin?
Yeah, I did ask them that this past week, and they said that's when they told me, well, you'll have to refer to the contract.
No, you tell them. Okay, listen, they're putting you in a circle. This sucks. Central States Indemnity?
Yes.
Central States Indemnity in Omaha.
Yes, CO of Omaha. Yes.
And what is Omaha, Nebraska, which is NE, and what is their phone number?
It's 1-800-833-1803.
That's
God, they're owned by Berkshire Hathaway. I can't believe that.
This is a ripoff. This is a ripoff. I want to know if they can produce a contract for you. You better ask them. I want you to call again. Even though you said you asked, I want you to ask again. And ask them when you can expect it. I'm Tom Martino. We're going to talk to Kathy about Windcrest Retirement Center, Jack about a problem with a generator, and Tom about these windows that are solar powered or become solar gain. They generate solar energy.
This.
Jeez, man. I can't believe Hathaway's got anything to do with
Of
this.
course. He's in the money.
Well, this is how. Here's one of the ways, man.
And insurance is he's big in insurance.
I can understand him investing in different insurance companies like he mostly does,
He
but actually owns the fucking company.
Who's that?
Berkshire Hathaway. What's his name? The rich guy. What the hell's his name? Come on, someone. Richest guy in the country. Him and Bill Gates.
Oh, I'm sorry. You're talking about...
he drives an old pickup truck.
Yeah, the richest guy in the world, or he used to be. I know, we're all having a brain fart.
I can picture him perfectly.
And he lives in Nebraska. No, he lives in Oklahoma. Where is he?
Somewhere like Texas or Oklahoma, somewhere. I can't
Even with the price of gas.
Yeah, Warren Buffett.
Warren Buffett, thank you.
But who cares then? Get the Easy Pay card at Circle K and save 30 cents.
I can't. I have brain farts now and then. I can't believe it. I know. You,
And the harder you try to think.
all right, gotcha. Coming up. TMS Solutions. It sounds, weird. What is TMS Solutions? Look them up. TMSsolutions.com. I've looked into this, and depression ran in my family with my mom and some people, and medications don't always work. And they switch medications when you become intolerant of one. Or they add medications. If you are in this cycle, TMS Solution has been proven to make your current medications more effective, or to let you drop medications in some cases altogether. Just talk to your doctor about that, but here's what you want to do. You want to check out TMSsolutions.com. It's an electromagnetic pulse therapy by prescription only. TMS Solutions can handle everything from prescription onward, but you can talk to your doctor as well or have them look it up. It's 303-928-0499, TMSsolutions.com.
Okay. Plumline. You must attend APO Financial's free Opportunity Zone event on Thursday, September 12th at the Hilton Denver in Venice and Englewood at 6 p.m. They'll show you how investing in an Opportunity Zone can potentially reduce or eliminate the capital gains tax on the sale of almost any type of valuable property or asset, including your business, income-producing real estate, and stocks. Opportunity Zones are sanctioned by the government and are a hassle-free way to invest your capital gains with the goal of reducing or eliminating your capital gains taxes. With an Opportunity Zone, you have the chance to save on taxes and make money all at the same time. There's a lot of excitement about this government-approved program to reduce and potentially eliminate capital gains taxes. So reserve your seats before they're all gone. Register today by calling 720-588-2000 or at apofinancial.com. That's apofinancial.com.
When looking for floor coverings, there's only one choice for convenience: individual attention, product expertise, and supreme customer service, not to mention the best prices. It's simplyfloorsinc.com. Schedule quick, no-obligation quotes in your home or visit their beautiful showroom.
Is Art of Granite third hour? Is that still good? And then Joe and all, okay.
Frank Duran's calling in at noon.
Can we put it back to the third hour? I mean,
What is the third hour?
I'm in the fourth hour.
I gave him the option.
I am so light. I am so light. He would have better play.
I'll tell him that.
Okay.
It starts with a salary-based mortgage consultant who guides you through every step of the process, offering one-on-one.
Plus, he'd have a whole new audience.
And because they're salary-based, there's never any pressure. They're here to take care of you. In fact, customer service is a big reason for their A+ rating.
Have Windows been, they've had just air between them? I thought they were always vacuumed.
No, not vacuum.
They're sealed.
Yeah. Sealed.
Right, they have air, or they have argon gas, or putting gas in. So the benefit of vacuum is
Here's what's confused
like a
me.
thermos bottle.
Here's what's confused me
Exactly.
about what confused me about Windows that are gassed and sealed. They have weep holes.
But the frames have weep holes.
The weep hole's just for the frame, yeah.
Okay, because I thought, what the frick is going on there?
Yeah.
So they do have breather tubes for bringing that gas above altitude, little tubes put into the IG unit.
Sure, otherwise they could...
Yeah, otherwise it would expand like a bag of chips.
Okay, then where do they go? From where to where?
But they're vacuum, they're
From where they're manufactured, right?
No, I know, but those those tubes go, what do? They vent to where?
They just vent out.
Then to the outside of the
Well,
glass
then how?
of the unit.
Is it a one-way?
It's a one-way.
Oh, never mind, I got that now. Okay.
You still lose about
I get
2%
it.
of your gas
I
a
get
year,
it.
regardless.
Is that really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know it. And you get old Windows, you don't have gas anymore. I've always said that. What? How do you get that milky shit? That's the most terrible thing that happens to Windows.
That's
seal failure.
That's seal
Yeah.
failure.
When the
That
seal-
sucks.
It's sort of spidering. Actually, it's not spidering. Spidering is the failure of the low E. But yeah, it's condensation gets between the glass.
5, got it. Mic's on. Do you know at 7 o'clock this morning I was at Plumline Services, the headquarters, talking to all of the technicians. about how to serve customers better and what to do and how to stave off any problems. Why? Because they care. Plumline Services, they have me come to their headquarters and talk to their people on how to give the best value and what to do. Now, they do that anyway, right? They have all kinds of training. We talk about adding value to their calls, about plumbing, heating, cooling, electric, and drains, about any kind of problems, about making people feel good, about what to do, what not to do. A company that really cares this much, Plumline Services.
Did you see this wackadoo article?
What is that?
San Francisco officials brand NRA a domestic terrorist organization.
Oh my God. Hold on. Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. We fight for you. That's really what we do. Please tell people about it. Now, what about windows that generate solar power? I've heard of them. In fact, we've had somebody that looked into them. And
Shemansky.
Yeah, it's Genesis. Guys, have you heard of it? The windows themselves are passive. They're not passive. They're active solar units. The glass gathers. There's tiny little fibers in there, and they're wired together and generate. Not much, but they generate.
The only thing that I've seen that's available right now is a film that goes over the window on the exterior, and that'll generate.
But they have some that are built into the windows now.
Yeah, they're working on that. You know,
now,
the glass companies are working on all kinds of...
I see someday that roofs, all roofs, and some people say roofs with the V, but I see all of those together with glass, with windows, all being tied in, because every little bit will help.
Well, the whole exterior of your home could be
I never thought of that, too. You could do that with siding.
Yeah. I think Tesla currently has a roof shingle that
now
is a
we
collector.
are looking into that as well. And I don't know if Tesla makes it. I know someone else that is making it. That what is it? Oh, it's called it's Powerhouse.
Oh no, and the offshoot of Tesla, whatever that is.
But I think one of the brands is Powerhouse, which is a cool name. And I know that Jay Brett's Excel Roofing was looking into it, but I also know that we had talked to the distributor, I believe, of Powerhouse. Is that it, Mark? Did you look it up?
Yeah, I'm trying to find the exact name.
They're pretty cool. They're pretty cool looking, that's for sure. So let's talk about it, Tom. What is your question or comment?
Well, thanks, Tom. That was kind of my question. Was I had remembered Szymanski talking about it at one point, and I was just wondering where that technology was at. I know he decided he didn't think it was quite up to his standards.
Well,
yet.
he liked the idea of the product. I think it was with the distributor.
Yeah, he was having a hard time getting his hands on them.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, the concept's a great concept.
Right. So
you gotta wonder the payback on the labor, though.
Well, no, you never do it unless you're doing Windows. If you're doing Windows anyway, the extra labor's not there.
No, I'm talking the extra labor. I mean, at some point, you've got to tie all the windows in the house into the grid.
Well, yeah, there would be
That's what I mean by labor, though.
Okay, yeah. There would be, I don't know how that would happen. Maybe you would have a wire going around the lower perimeter and have them go straight down the cavity. Because you always have that cavity open when you take the window out.
In all likelihood, you're going to have a house that already has, it's set up for collecting the energy. I mean, to try and do...
To retrofit is going to be outrageous.
Yeah. Exactly. Here's what I've said before, okay, Tom? I personally would not do solar right now. Not because it's not good, but because it's a pain in the ass. Solar is a pain in the ass, and without the tax credits, you have nothing. Exactly. But here's the biggest problem. You cannot get people to work on solar. You can't. They want to put in a new system. They will service what they sell. They just won't service.
And can a big company like Excel decide one day, you know what, we're not going to buy any energy back anymore? Can they do that? I don't know.
Well, they have to buy it, but
that's what I'm saying. Can they decide not to?
They can't decide. Not according to not the way that it is today. It goes back into the grid, but they can do other things that make it difficult. But the most difficult thing is just keeping it up. What it does to your house, it does not increase home value. So you have to have a need for it. If you had a need for it, because there are ways to conserve now, you don't really need it. And if you do have it, you have to have a really good reason. I'd say a hunting cabin, or I'd say really where you actually use the power because you don't have other power, or the other power is so extraordinarily expensive. I just personally wouldn't do it. Now, I'm not recommending against it. And as I said, if I had an advertiser who sold solar, I could wholeheartedly say, if you want solar, use these people if I checked them out, right? Because they're the good ones that do it. But I personally, there are a lot of things I personally don't buy that I advertise for, but they're great things.
Well, and again, what happens is the technology on that kind of stuff moves on, and then nobody services, like you say, the old stuff.
I know. So. It's really bad. 303-713-8255. Mike, what's going on with you? Hey, Mike, I remember you.
Are you me?
Oh, maybe not. I thought it was somebody I knew because of a note here. Mike, is
this is I'm talking about the Medicaid rights.
Okay.
See, I have dialysis 3 days a week.
Okay. And tell me the problem you're having.
They changed the company, and you try to call them, you can't get a hold of them, and they're not picking people up to go to dialysis, and it's just not me. It's also
that's dangerous. Now, what is the problem?
There are also people that are doing chemo.
Is it a scheduling problem, or they don't have enough? Tell me the problem.
Well, it's a brand new company. They switched over from Vail to IntelliRide.
From Viola?
Over the holiday weekend.
She's not talking about the hospital or the clinic. She's talking about the company that picks them up and drives
the state of Colorado contracts them, I believe, Tom.
Not she, it's Michael.
Right, Michael. Now, Michael, did you have a contract, not a contract, an arrangement before the holiday? You said they just changed.
Oh,
Did it used to be better, Michael?
Vail. Oh, yeah. It was with Vail. And
you say Vail. What do you mean Vail?
Well, that was the name of the company.
It wasn't Viola. It was Vail, right?
Yeah, Vail.
Oh, okay. And Vail ran the ride. What's the ride called? It's
Well, it's Medicaid. It's just Medicaid. Different companies pick you up.
No, I understand.
I had Green Taxi picking me up.
Okay, I see. So how do you get these? Do you do through an app?
Well, there is an app, but you have to get on. You have to call them to be able to get a password and log in.
I don't know why they don't simply pay for Uber and they have to have special cabs in some cases, I guess, for people with disabilities.
Yeah, they got a handicapped, wheelchair accessible, etc. like that. They don't use Uber because they don't have a contract with Uber.
So it's not emergent transportation, right? It's basically
it's not emergency like going to the hospital.
Right, but it's for doctor's visits. Okay, so.
Yeah,
you don't like the way it's run. That's what it comes down to. Do they routinely what?
No, Tom. He simply is missing his dialysis today because they're not picking him up.
Right.
And then last week he had to Uber.
So they're not
Monday I Ubered.
And today, what are you going to do?
I'm going to skip, and
you can't
found
skip.
Somebody that's going to give me a ride Friday.
How many days a week do you have it?
3. That's standard. 3 days a week.
Yeah, but if you skip today, won't that make you a little sick?
It makes you heavier.
Okay.
Because, see, like I don't urinate, so I have no way to get rid of water.
Well, do you want to go today? I mean, we can arrange an Uber or something, and we'll pay for it.
The problem is that they have a certain schedule, and I have to get in touch with them.
What about Uber?
Well,
you're saying you skipped your opening for dialysis.
Right. I skipped my time, and they have such a tight schedule.
Why won't they pick you up? Why don't you have a set time? Why don't you have a set time every week for Monday, Wednesday, and Friday?
I do.
So, Tom,
and
also...
what they do...
Yes?
What they do at dialysis, they send in a letter to request Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and that's the way they do it.
But why did they skip?
To call in
why did they skip
and set
today?
it up.
Why did they skip today?
Well, they skip Monday, Wednesday, and it's not
Why?
just me.
Tom?
Yes.
Just so you know, pardon me, Michael, pardon me, Tom, just so you know, I had a pretty large dialysis company reach out to me. They don't want their name mentioned, and they also are asking us for help because IntelliRide started this service over the weekend. It was changed to them, and a lot of their patients aren't able to show up. It's more than just Michael.
Okay, is it that possibly that they just took over and it's the beginning pains and it won't continue? Could it be because they just took over? We need to call IntelliRide. We need to call them. Find out from Michael. Let's do, or give it to Daphne, and let's find out what we can do to help out here and figure out if it's a temporary thing or a major problem.
Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is
Okay, after this break, how long will I have before we come back? After I after I say my thing. Okay. And then the top of the hour. Okay.
I don't know if this is them or not.
IntelliRide, yeah, I looked it up. It is.
It says Nebraska, Hawaii, California. I don't see any Colorado.
Indeed, used by over 3 million businesses for hiring, where business owners and HR professionals can post job openings with screener questions, then sort, review, and communicate with candidates from an online dashboard. Learn more at Indeed.com/hire.
FixMyHome.com, another wonderful company for plumbing, heating, cooling, electric. You know what I love about this company? They will come and do free second opinions on the spot, man. They'll say, boom! And here's what they do. They find the real problem, because 80% of the time, when you're told you need a replacement or some major repair, it turns out to be not that way. 80% of the time, and they have stats to prove it. So they have to tell you what you need, and guess what? With a second opinion, hey, if they say you don't need it and you need this, it has to work. That's what I love about second opinions. Never a downside. And if they say that's not a great deal, we can beat it if you do need something, again, never a downside. They're forced to tell you if you have a good deal. Besides, Fix It 24/7 is the company you want and you trust. Call them. Free second opinions, or call them from the beginning. You won't go wrong. 720-526-3939. 720-526-3939. A boy band. An old man band.
Yes.
One of Suzanne's best friends loves that, what are they called? New Kids on the Block.
Oh, God. They're not New Kids anymore. But
I know they're like super old, but they're still touring. I mean, it's so weird.
Isn't that the one with...
Mark, or whatever his name is. But it's not him, it's the other one. Don? I don't remember.
No, Don, yeah, one of them. Right. Wahlberg?
One of the Wahlbergs.
Yeah, it's the Wahlberg that isn't the movie star, it's the one that's a TV star.
Is that Don?
The one on Blue Bloods.
Wahlberg, I mean, that's a talented family.
Yeah. Well, what are there, 2 or 3? They were, and the Marquee Mark was Mark Wahlberg. Was Marquee Mark when he was younger. He's an actor. He does a pretty good job. And then
who was the one in the boy band though? Was that Marky Mark?
No, Marky Mark was on his own. The boy band was the other one that plays Danny on
Blue Bloods.
On Blue Bloods. He plays the cop. He's a really good cop.
I think that is Donnie.
I thought that's Danny, no? Is that Donnie?
Donnie, I think, yeah.
Okay. Oh, yeah, Don. And then Mark is Mark, and then was there another one? I don't know of another one. How many Wahlberg brothers? Let me see.
There might have been one that didn't go,
There are a lot of Baldwin brothers, too.
Oh, yeah.
I saw Casey and the Sunshine Band last Saturday night.
Oh, that'd be pretty good.
What? Is it funny? That's the way I like. Did he do all the old songs?
Yeah, he did.
Is he fun?
Yeah, he's a big guy now.
Yeah.
But he's got some amazing dancers with him. I mean, it's a big production type thing.
Yeah, he did that. He was always a big production. I like him.
The reason I never
he's a feel-good kind of.
All of his songs sound the same. You know, it's like that's what I like. But they're all pretty much.
Donnie
Like
Wahlberg,
cool
Paul
again.
Warburg, Robert Wahlberg, Arthur Wahlberg, Scott Wahlberg, Jim Wahlberg, Buddy Wahlberg.
Holy shit, Wahlberg.
Yeah.
But I'm wondering, are they all?
Buddy.
Well, someone's
Donnie is the one that's in New Kids, and
someone's
he
got to be
is
the business
on
manager.
New Kids.
One of them must be an accountant.
And then Paul is Paul. Ooh, is Paul? Oh, he's a chef. And then Robert, he looks just like Donnie. Holy shit!
They all look pretty similar.
He's an actor. Arthur, God, he's an ugly sight. Arthur, acting, but his first claim to fame is
Meet the Wahlbergs. Jesus. Boy, there is a shitload of them.
I wonder why it is that certain families get famous. Scott Wahlberg is
Well, someone broke into it. Didn't their parents break into it, or who broke in? I don't know.
Who?
Kim Kardashian did a porno.
Come on!
That works. For at least the ladies.
It's not on the sheet. No. CrackerjackMudjacking.com. Just remember that, and you'll have savings when it. Cause seriously, Crackerjack Mudjacking for concrete repair. You know, I used to say it's for mudjacking. People don't know what that means. So let's just say concrete repair. They'll let you know what they do and how they do it. If you have cracks, if you have settling, if you have heaving, Crackerjack Mudjacking can most likely save you over doing any kind of replacement. They saved me 12 grand. Call them. Free estimate. So if they can't do it, they'll tell you, but at least try. CrackerjackMudjacking.com, 303-410-7787.
Are Broncos off this week?
I think they play Monday night.
Oh, they play Monday?
I think so.
I just drafted last night.
So is Fix It left in this hour?
You're not in fantasy?
No, I did last year. Remember, I won. I beat.
That was college.
Yeah.
Okay, so did I do a spot for
500
nothing?
bones.
Is that, or was that due? No, I don't mind at all. Next break, you mean next hour? Just throw it. God almighty. Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. What's going on in your life and how can we help you? I ask that all the time. And I want you to call and tell me. Okay, now this Chris has a comment on solar window coverings. Now, are we talking about solar window coverings or solar windows or solar window film? Chris.
Well, there is a company, it's called Solar Window Technology. The symbol is WNDW, and they've been developing nanotechnology on the spray-on non-photovoltaic windows for years now.
And what does it do?
It generates electricity in all your windows.
It's a spray-on. It's a spray-on.
It's a spray-on.
But how do they collect the electricity?
That I'm not sure, but if you look under solarwindow.com, under corporate news events, you'll see everything you need to know about this company that's developing this nanotechnology.
Wow, does it sound pretty awesome. Holy crap.
It is awesome, and their goal is to spray on all the glass buildings in all the downtowns, and it generates more electricity than any other photovoltaic.
Solarwindow.com. I got to look it up. Thank you.
So you spray it on the exterior of the window?
I don't know. That's what it says. Look it up. Solarwindow.com. I'm on the site right now. I'll look it up during the break. Let's go. Brenda sounds like a serious problem. Brenda, what's going on, Brenda?
Hi, how are you?
What's happening?
Well, you know, I lost my home, and I'm praying I get it back. I was evicted back in 2007.
Now, hold on now. Was this a home you were buying or a home that you were renting?
No, this is a home that I owned. Yeah, my sisters and I inherited the home.
How did you get evicted from a home you inherited?
You tell me. I have no clue.
Okay.
It was under the people that evicted me stated they worked for the sheriff's department, but they actually did not. And I have a
Wait a
special
minute.
needs
So
son.
this could be that you were scammed out of your home. Hold
Yes,
on.
sir.
You hold on, Brenda. This sounds serious. Thank you for calling us. We'll come back for more. Remember, we're on the air till 2 o'clock today, and K&H Windows our guest.
Listen up, Denver. Are you interested in making active and passive income each month flipping?
Goodness gracious. Sounds like a good idea.
Oh my gosh.
Mark, see what's going on with that.
They said they have a 1-year payback this turn to spray on windows. Why couldn't they spray it on the house?
You know, I think it only works in commercial application.
Well, they haven't made a nickel yet. In fact, they lose money each year.
I don't even know if it's ready for commercial production. The last that I looked at any of the spray-ons, they weren't. The problem is they don't collect enough energy for like an average home, right? So you're looking at the United Inches of glass. There's not enough glass to generate enough energy to offset the
Well,
cost of
why
putting
if
it
they
on.
can spray it on the window and does it, why couldn't they spray it on the house?
I have no idea. That's a good question.
But,
My assumption would be that it has to pass through, but again, I'm just spitballing. But I think the interesting application is like full glass buildings, right? Like downtown buildings is where that, if it's possible, where they'll be able to do it. Because right now the residential solar windows are a crock of bullshit.
Jeez, are they ever vague? Look, it says simple installation can avoid 2.2 million miles of CO2 vehicle pollution.
Anybody need a
Where
water?
did they
Would
get
you
that
like a
number?
fresh water?
No thanks, I'm trying to quit.
Oh, you're trying to giving it up for Lent,
Yeah.
huh?
I think it's something. It seems very scamish here this time.
So if they can make the technology, it's cool, but right now it's not ready.
Well, I know it's just on Russ. itself.
Mark, do you need
They
a
gotta-
water?
They have to run wires
Dana?
from each shingle.
Yeah, I'll have one.
Yeah, so
you.
Tesla
There you
has
go.
one that's, I mean,
Tesla's so silly,
Do you
right?
need a water?
Yeah.
No, no.
You good?
yeah, and they've installed some in California with success.
Oh, you're right, but they gotta run a wire
Yeah.
through from.
Yeah, exactly.
No, so you're
So how
actually, yeah.
You have to build a house with this setup. You exactly like Mark said.
God, I don't
Retrofitting
understand
is impossible.
But you're right.
Yeah, you're not going to retrofit.
Get the fuck out
If you could, man, every house has got a huge solar footprint.
The coolest thing is switchable glass. That's what I like.
What's that?
So it has
Switchable
glass. It can go from opaque to clear.
That'd be kind of cool.
It's
Depending
Well,
on
just
the
like
time
your
of year.
glasses on
Yeah,
your,
exactly.
like your glasses on your glass.
But it's done through electro. They
Just like the glasses on my
electromagnetize.
glasses.
on your glasses.
Yeah, exactly like those glasses on your glasses.
So
Transitions.
why is that such a big deal?
I just think it's awesome.
Well, wait, why wouldn't they have? Don't they
So
have?
it can't. It doesn't transition. It's
Yeah,
done
but
by
why don't they?
electro
You just
charging
made
on
me
and
think of
off.
that. Why don't they have transition? So when the sun's out, it fucking blocks
Is
it.
it that expensive?
Because if you want to get passive heat,
you're
a
probably
lot
right.
of people rely on the sun for passive heat gain through their windows, right?
Yeah.
So sun comes up.
Yeah,
you
but
get heat
during,
in.
I'm saying during the winter or during the summer though, you wouldn't want that.
Yeah, so exactly. Transition lenses are dumb, right? You can't decide when it does it and when it
You
doesn't.
can't do it by temperature.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
what you need is transition by temperature.
And they have it by
How about
switch.
Or
light
look,
switch?
or if
Yeah.
they could do my
And that's how
prescriptions
it's
in
done.
my house. So therefore, when I'm in my house, I would not have to wear
That's a great
my
idea.
glasses.
To look out.
Remind
There
me
you
not
go.
to invest in that.
Yeah. Holy shit, Mark, you hit it.
I got it! We've been waiting. Call Mark Trenner up. We've been waiting for the big one. How much are you going to invest?
Yeah, everything he's got.
See, it looks like for the consideration of $10, it looks like she sold her fucking house for $10.
Ooh.
I mean, I'm not kidding you.
But
Can I take a look?
There is people that have gotten.
Yeah,
they said someone shows up and says, "Hey, I just bought your house."
Yeah.
Do you think all premium fuels are the same? Well, your engine doesn't. New Shell V-Power Nitro Plus.
I don't know. I don't know.
Because it's engineered.
What's our secret? Look it up.
What is that place called?
And friction. So next time, choose Shell's most advanced fuel ever. It's fuel for thought. An engine that continuously use Shell V-Power Nitro Plus premium gas.
Where's the signature page?
Well, look at they generate electricity from the artificial lights within the house too, or within the building.
Yeah.
So any lights coming
Any
in.
lights.
Have you seen those? Have you guys seen those flashlights that you can wind up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why not just put a crank on your house?
And then just have your kids do it all day.
And then just, when it's AC kicks on, send the kids out.
Get a squirrel.
Yeah. Get multiple squirrels. Yeah. How many squirrels will it take
to power your air conditioner?
Or get a dinosaur. Like
a retired dinosaur.
Of course, Fred Flintstone could activate your car and you could go pretty quick.
I like how they run. My favorite cartoon in that period of time, though, was
I know.
Scooby-Doo.
I like the Jetsons.
Jetsons is great.
I like them all, actually. I really love
Space
cartoons.
Sprockets.
Fuck, I love cartoons.
Yeah, but they were way better.
I
back
love
then.
Snagglepuss.
So you guys remember Tom Terrific?
Remember they had the Olympics?
No, I don't actually.
Tom Terrific was like a stick
Schleprock
figure.
is,
that
I
was
do
like,
know this.
He like lined up. He could turn himself into all kinds of different things.
I like adventure cartoons too, like Johnny Quest.
I like Johnny Quest, boy. I like that one.
Who was it? Who was Schleprock?
He was that little guy in Flintstones that had a cloud over his head every time he went.
And I love Moose. The Moose.
You mean the alien?
Bullwinkle.
Yeah. He was the guy that just had a bad luck cloud over
Mark, Rocky and
No,
Bullwinkle.
you're wrong. There was no fucking Schleprock in the Flintstones. Fuck you, there was not.
Okay.
What do you want to bet?
Google it.
Have you ever heard of Schleprock on the Flintstones?
Have you ever heard of Rocky and Bullwinkle and
Of course.
Natasha and Boris?
In Schleprock.
And how about Dudley Do-Right? And, God, I watched so many cartoons.
Remember he'd always tie up the damsel?
Not Dudley. Dudley would...
Well, he was a Mountie.
Dudley would have saved them.
Right.
But the other one, Snidely Whiplash. Shit, yeah, I know him all.
And Rocky and Bullwinkle used to fly to Moody Moon.
Snidely Whiplash.
The Pebbles and Bam Bam show.
I know, I love those.
Those were after me. I don't even remember those.
Bewitched, the original one.
Remember they switched Darrens?
Yeah.
And they never even told anybody.
All that shit, man.
No one will notice.
I dream of Jeannie, and I did dream of Jeannie.
Yeah.
Tommy, that coffee's hot.
Oh, thank you.
It's a birthday coffee.
Thank you.
If I had a candle.
Hey,
I
where's
would
my
put one in.
birthday cookie?
Oh, I should have brought that up.
I don't remember. It's funny. I don't remember him.
I'll
I tell you who I
run
was
down
thinking
and get
of
it?
was
Are you
Kazoo.
really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Kazoo was.
The lines are
Oh,
closed, so
yeah.
I'll run down. I'll tell you.
Oh, who did they cross over? Flintstones and who? Who had a crossover?
Wait, Flintstones crossed over? Well, Bam Bam.
No, not Pebbles and Bam Bam.
I love
It
Pebbles.
was,
She
it
was
was
so cute.
Barney and
Jetsons.
No, they didn't. They couldn't cross over. They're in two different time zones.
Yeah, but they were together.
They're cartoons.
They're cartoons. Yes, things work that way.
Wait, you mean one after another? But
No,
they
I'm saying they were in the same shows together.
They couldn't be.
Yes.
One is in Space Age and one is in Ancient. How did they do
It's
it?
a cartoon.
No, but you can't do it because they were like future
He's
and
right.
past.
He's right. I'm going to go back and complain.
No, it's the future and the past. Come on. How about, then later on, my kids, oh shit, I hated it. SpongeBob.
I know, that's what I
Awful.
Patrick and all this. I could just tell the
Here's
guys.
a preview clip right here, man. The Jetsons meet the Flintstones.
How the hell could that happen? That's like the Three Stooges meeting Frankenstein.
Look, they're all there. Bam Bam, George,
There's no
Fred,
way. What, did they travel
Barney.
back in time? That just pisses me off.
Look at him. Look, he's even got his own thing on.
They made him switch clothes.
He's fixing. Oh, look, Dino is chasing.
Scooby, not Scooby.
What's his name? His name is Comet.
Max.
No, that was.
Jetsons obviously went back.
God, the Jetsons dog didn't talk.
Look, they're all there.
Did he go? Arr? No.
That's Scooby-Doo.
Arr?
God, you guys don't know shit. I can't believe they did a crossover. How ridiculous.
Yep. It had to be all Hanna-Banana, or Hanna-Banana. What is it?
Hanna-Barbera.
Barbera. Hanna-Banana.
Elroy.
That's me. I'm Tom. Welcome to the only show where we help people. The longest running radio show in America with the same host currently on the air. That's what we do every day. 303-713-TALK. We'll be here through 2 o'clock today. And then join the rest of our talent, I use that word loosely, on the radio station. We have a great time. 303-713-TALK. So, after I get you all fired up, you can rest, relax, and get calmed down. And then we have all kinds of things to talk about. Let's just do it, okay? I help people. Like, for example, Patrice, she has an update. What did we do for Patrice? She had some hospital charges. She was upset she didn't understand him.
I think Integra got involved.
Yes, Integra Insurance. Patrice, can you explain what you called about originally?
Yes, I had 2 surgeries done at Centura in 2018, and between my insurance and myself, we had paid like $26,000, and they continued to send me a bill for $114,000.
Oh my God! That's a lot of money. Now, were they
It's an awful lot of money.
Were they expecting you to pay that $114,000?
Well, they kept sending the bill to me.
Did you work on this staff? Did you work on this one with Patrice? We handed it over. What did Integra Insurance do for you? By the way, Integra Insurance is a sponsor, and they are our health insurance experts. They're the ones we use as a broker. So what did they do?
He's wonderful. He was on a first phone call with me to my insurance.
Okay.
And then I added him to all the emails when I dealt with my insurance.
And
he even contacted me when he was on vacation and emailed me.
And what happened?
I mean, I got a bill for $980.16.
And that was it.
That's it.
Can you believe this? And Patrice, this is a true testimony. You didn't even use Integra as your broker.
No,
Isn't that something? And they helped you anyway. And that's
Amazing.
what it's all about, Patrice. Whenever you need health insurance, you go to integrainsurance.com or call them at 303-466-5500. They work for their customers. They don't just sell you health insurance, and they know the industry. In fact, I had John, Big John, and Day. That's John's wife, and Day runs the place, really. And now, John and Day, they helped me with my my Medicare, like what choices to make, even though they weren't making anything on that. And then they helped me, of course, with a supplement they sell. So it's really cool. It is really cool. Now, let's go to Brenda, because this sounds serious. You know, we've had several scams where people are aced out of their home. This could be one of them. Now, Brenda, I want you to take this slowly for us, okay? Let's start from the beginning. How long did you own this home, Brenda?
April of 2016.
And how did you get that home?
My sister died of cancer in 2013. 2015, my other 2 sisters and I, we inherited the home under probate court, small claims.
And did they, you mean a small estate, did they,
small estate,
in probate, did they put you and your sisters on the deed?
Not on the deed, no, it was a paper stating that we had inherited the home.
But did you ever, was it still in your deceased sister's name?
Yes, sir. Yes, at that time it was.
Was it ever transferred to you and your sisters?
It was transferred to me. I did the transfer myself.
Who did the transfer? Who was it from? From the 3 of you to you? From 2 of you? How did that transfer take place?
The personal representative.
Yes, I was the executor of my sister's estate.
So you assigned it to yourself.
She quit claiming.
Yes.
Okay, so okay, fine. And then what happened if your sisters inherited it with you? What happened to their shares?
Their shares, they didn't have an issue with it because...
Okay, that's all I need to know. So you, without dispute, quit claim the house to yourself, and that was in 2016?
Yes, sir.
Then what happened? You're going along, and did you have a mortgage?
There was a mortgage through Bank of America, and I had...
Whose mortgage, your sister's or yours?
My sister's.
Were you paying on it?
I was paying on it until my funds ran out, and then Bank of America had transferred it to BSI.
Okay, now, until what ran out?
Her money.
My funds.
Okay, and then you kept living there, though, without paying?
Yes, I did, yes.
How long did you live there without paying? When did your funds run out?
Over in 2015 going on 2016.
All right, so you stayed there and then Bank of America did what?
They did a transfer.
They sold the note.
To BSI.
And what's BSI?
BSI is
Is Bull Something Incorporated? It's a servicing company. And what happened?
And then after BSI, they didn't do anything. They said they had started the foreclosure, and then BSI transferred it to Fay Service Company.
To what company there?
Fay, F-A-Y.
Then what?
Then Fay did the finalization of, what is it called? The foreclosure, and then after the foreclosure, I was evicted.
Okay, dear, now I understand. I thought some company came or some person came and scammed you. This happens a lot. This doesn't sound like a scam. It sounds like you lived there for several years not paying, and you kind of came out unscathed. They didn't come after you for any money, right?
No, but I found paperwork from stating that the house was paid off in 2015.
Wait, whoa. Who paid the house off in 2015?
That's what I was trying. I don't know if my sister had any type of insurance or what.
Wait a minute.
No. It says the principal balance on this is $389,099.55.
As of what date, Mark?
I don't know, somewhere around 2015.
Okay, but how do you know, Brenda, what made you believe the house was paid off?
Because what he's looking at is what I looked at, and if you looked at the top part, it
that says current balance, though. So at the time, she didn't owe anything.
What do you mean?
Well, I'm saying...
Well, she owed 300 and something.
Hold on. Next due date, escrow balance 0, unapplied fund 0, uncollected.
Then it has a balance of 300.
At the very bottom, it says P-BAL. I assume that's principal balance.
Right.
$389,099.
Brenda, I need to know what you believe showed the house was paid off.
What he has.
Well, this doesn't show that the house is paid off, dear. No.
Okay.
Not that I see. What led you to believe this thing on this thing? Tell me on this.
She's saying up at the top.
Where it says... Late charges, minus 368.
No, go up to the top left.
Top left. Estate of Judith Ann, so-and-so. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And it has the road.
It shows balance, and what's it show? 0.
In Maryland. And then it shows a balance. There's no current balances. Principal 0.
They all say 0. That's what she's talking about, though.
It says escrow 0, unapplied funds 0. Hold on a second. Hold on. Dates. 3/16 0. Why would they say 0? Late charges minus this, fees minus that, and it says interest taxes. Last activity 1/8/17, but it does say principal 0. It does say that, and then down here it says on this one it says old. Okay, I don't know. It says principal paid, interest paid. Mark, that's saying it was paid.
That's what I think. It means that payment.
No, it says 38909. It said 389,000 was paid. It shows.
I don't read it that way.
No, look under this column. Principal paid, right? Oh, I see. Interest paid. I don't get it. I don't understand this particular statement. What are the following statements show?
I think this is the same thing, just a better picture.
Let me look at it. This statement is from, I don't know. So we can do an O&E on this. We can do a search of the records. It'll show us every dime presented here.
Yeah, but she was in charge of the estate. Wouldn't this money, where did the money come from if it was paid?
That's what I don't know if my sister had insurance.
Well, if she did, you mean mortgage insurance.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's true. It would have been applied. It would have. And not necessarily through probate. So it does show here, though, principal. Mark, this says principal paid. Look, this is the column. Principal paid, it shows the full amount paid. Look at that column, principal paid.
Tom, a caller just said maybe someone else bought that principal and now they own it.
Because it was in foreclosure then. But
exactly.
They would have had a public sale. She would have been notified and all of that. You said they put the foreclosure on hold. What makes you believe it wasn't sold at auction?
No, in 2015, it was not. It did not go into foreclosure as of yet.
When did it go into foreclosure?
2017, the house was auctioned off. They said it went back to the bank.
And Mark, what is that principal paid? What's the date? Do you see where it says principal paid, Mark?
Looks like 3/8 of 17.
There's definitely something here we have to investigate.
But
now,
up top it says 3/1/15. It was paid.
I understand that. We have to investigate this. I have to get to some people back east in real estate. Where are you located, Brenda?
In Baltimore, Maryland.
Okay. We will help look into this. Okay? We will look into this. Hold on. Make sure, Daphne, we get all of Brenda's contact information. She's in Baltimore, Maryland. For anyone listening, you can contact us. Remember, 303-MARTINO, 303-627-8466 if you're not here locally. Locally, you can call during the show, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255.
Weekdays 2 to 4. It's Michael Brown.
Well, guess what? Bernie Sanders says that he's opened up to a meat tax to fight climate change. Yeah, you know what that means, don't you? It means we got to give up our burger steaks and everything.
What kind of mortgage insurance pays off your entire mortgage when you die?
artofgranite.net. That's where you'll find Mitch Floria's company, a direct stone importer. They charge only wholesale on all material to do your beautiful countertops. They also do the bathroom free when you have the kitchen done. And they tear out and haul away free. The other thing, they have cabinets they can throw in for a small markup from the manufacturer, and you'll have a beautiful kitchen. People love Art of Granite. You can find them also on Facebook. You go to facebook.com, / and then Art of Granite Golden. 303-386-5919. That's Art of Granite. Now, what I love about Art of Granite is that they really, truly do the most for the money. It's a great value, plus beautiful. Now remember, they have a beautiful showroom in Golden you can go to. They have fast jobs 1 to 4 weeks, and they aim to please everyone. Open 6 days a week, serving the mountain communities, and of course, also the Front Range. artofgranite.net.
If you run a small business, every penny counts. So saving up to 30% on your workers' comp insurance is a big deal.
So now what do I do? I have Joe Lazaro, though, coming up. When?
Workers' comp insurance rates can vary.
I'm not getting a chance to eat my cookie.
That's why Pi Insurance...
Astro the dog did talk a little bit.
Astro?
Yeah. He said, roll.
You know, that was Scooby-Doo.
And he said, George.
Pi Insurance...
George!
To make workers' comp a no-brainer, easy online experience and outstanding service.
So what's your point?
Pi's coverage is A-rated by
I can't give you exact links, but if you look on YouTube, Talking Dogs, some of them, you swear to God, are talking.
Oh, yeah.
They're so cute. I love dogs. Do you know what I saw? The best combination dog I've ever seen is a Labrador, not a Labrador, a Bermudoodle, a Bernese Mountain Dog, and a Poodle. Oh, they're beautiful. A Bermudoodle, or Bernedoodle, whatever. It's a Bernese, so it's a Bernedoodle.
And they mix poodles and everything.
I know, because poodles are so damn smart. They're the smartest
Well, no,
dog.
I think it's because of the hair, the allergies.
Yeah, no shedding.
Yeah.
And they're smart, and they do. I mean, if anything, they dumb down poodles when they do that, but...
Not like a border collie.
No, not quite. They're not. Border collies, for some damn reason, are smarter. I mean, and they are. They're fucking scary smart. They're not much smarter, but they're smarter. What's the third one? Collie, is it?
Yeah, I'm looking it up. We always look this up.
What's that?
The smart
Border collie, golden retriever, then poodle.
What's the
What?
dumbest
The
dog?
golden took second. That's bullshit. It used to be border and then standards.
The dumbest dog is the Afghan hound.
No, to be huskies are fucking stupid.
Yeah, huskies are stupid.
God almighty. How do you get other...
Don't tell my son.
They're pretty good at pulling things.
I like them.
I'm reading the Afghan Hound.
Yeah, it's the dumbest dog. It has been forever.
Even looks dumb.
Okay, Mike's coming on. You know, on this show, it's hard to talk about criminal defense. Nobody wants to ever think about being charged with a crime or needing a defense attorney. Most of the time, the people who listen to this show, they might need Joe Lazzara for criminal defense when it comes to DUI. It is a crime, but it's also a civil offense with your DMV record. So you have two things going on at once. You have a crime and you have a DMV. You have two different courts, really, two different hearings. He can, of course, represent you in the whole thing. No one's looking to get you off easy if you drank and drove, and here's the deal. You can prevent it with Uber and Lyft, with... you can also prevent it with, of course, a designated driver. Now, Joe, what he does is try to make it minimal impact on your life so you can move on. 303-429-6200. Whether you want to plead guilty and move on or whether it's not true, he'll help you. 303-429-6200. Joe Lazzara. Look for him on my referral list at referralist.com.
Look at this.
This other one says
smallest,
what's it?
Smallest dog in the world.
What is it?
Look, it fits in a miniature teacup. It's a real dog.
Tonight, down to 60. I'm meteorologist Brooks Gardner.
It's a Chihuahua.
That's a big cup, though. That's a big
Is that a baby?
Let's see what it weighs.
But is it a baby?
It measures 9.65 centimeters, 3.8 inches tall.
Online dashboard.
That's smaller than a rat.
That's smaller than a rat.
So this one says poodles are number 2, German shepherds 3, golden retriever 4.
Happy birthday, Tom!
We're not supposed to tell anybody. 303-713-TALK. 303-713-8255. And speaking of age and me, Kathy's got a problem with a retirement center. Okay, Kathy, what's going on? Okay, that happened. Now, what do I classify? That happens maybe once a month, twice a month? Nah. I go to somebody and they hang up, or they go to pick up their phone and it disconnects. So that's called challenged, technically. 303-713-TALK. Now, we do have lines open after Paul, and we do have K&H Home Solutions in the house. They're offering windows with a $1 installation per window. Now, that's a true savings. I mean, right? There's no BS there, right?
Right.
You still mark down the windows and give them deals, normal mark-offs from retail, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And then $1 for installation per window.
Right.
You know, the first thing people think is they're raising the price of the
Everyone
windows.
thinks that. They never do that. But because you could go back to someone who bought K&H windows, they probably got a great deal. But those people who bought them last year will tell you, no, I paid for installation. Right. And on this one, you won't see it. So, well, you'll see $1, and the dollar's kind of a cool little gimmick there. It's $1, because if you say free installation, it doesn't sound as good. But here's the deal: installation does have a cost associated, right?
Absolutely.
I mean,
especially in this day and age, for sure.
I'm just curious on Windows. Is the installation a big part of it or a little part of it? What is it? What is it?
Installation is a huge part of it.
As far as discount, what would it be considered? Like 20% discount, 25?
Probably about 30-35%.
Oh, my goodness gracious. Really? Okay. So that's a really good deal. How long is it good for?
Well, we've had such good response on it that we're running it at least till the end of the month.
Now, they don't have to have it done in September.
Correct.
Just scheduled.
Correct.
Okay. 303-713-8255. Paul, he wants to talk about having a house built. Go ahead, Paul.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. What's going on with you, Paul?
Okay, I'm having a house built. I don't want to mention the builder or the structural engineer recommending the repair.
Okay.
But, when they poured the foundation, they put a T-wall or a T-footer in the wrong place.
Okay.
And so they're having to cut that out and relocate it.
Okay.
Or a stem footer.
I understand now.
I just want to know what are the structural implications of this house going forward with a replaced stem footer.
What stage is the house in right now?
It has a roof on it already.
Oh, my goodness.
Are in. It's been
Is it called dried in?
It's not been drywalled yet.
Well, not drywalled. It's called being dried in. Do they have the sheathing on and the roofing on?
They have the roofing on. They don't have the stuff.
Do you have open studs? There's a reason I'm asking all this. Do you have?
Tell you what open.
I'm just asking you. Do you have a shell of a house? Meaning, you have. If I look at it, I see wood walls and I see a wood roof.
Yes.
Okay.
The roofing is on. The tile is on the roof.
Okay. And so do you have windows in?
Yes.
Okay. And the foundation, who discovered it was wrong?
The builder discovered it was wrong because one of the bedrooms in the basement would have this T-wall sticking out.
You have a full wall basement, is that right?
Yes.
Okay, and in the full wall basement, the bottom of the basement walls are spread footings, is that right? What's underneath those walls? Do you know? Did they have to put piers down, or did they just do a bunch of concrete under it?
Yeah, it's concrete under the walls.
Okay.
Concrete footers.
Okay, concrete footers. Okay. Now that I have this picture, and Mark, you can then ask your question, but now that I have this picture, what is your concern about what they did wrong? What did they do wrong?
Well, the stem footer was several feet away from where it's supposed to be. So
now you say, was it several feet laterally? In other words, the stem footer, which is you're talking about a 90-degree wall, right?
Correct.
A small 90-degree wall perpendicular to the main wall, is that right?
That's correct.
And you're saying it's several feet away from where it should be. Usually they put the mid-span. Where is this?
I guess it's several feet away from mid-span.
And because it's several feet away, are they saying they have to do another perpendicular wall, or are they saying what?
Yes, they are taking out the first perpendicular wall and putting in a new perpendicular wall where it's supposed to be on the design.
I got you. Now your question, sir. Mark, what did you have as a question?
Well, mine was simple. Did they pour it according to the foundation plan?
Well, what difference would that make?
Well, whose fault is it?
Oh, well, I don't
That's what it would come down to.
I don't even think he's asking that because they're willing to fix it, right? Is that right?
Yeah.
So I don't care whose fault.
What's my confidence level in the fix?
Okay.
A cold joint is what he's talking about then.
What he's talking about is if it's tied in and supporting it. I know what you're saying. Usually when they pour it in one pour, it's tied in with rebar. Okay? It's all tied in together. If they now take out that wall, that's easy. They just saw it and take it out. When they put the new one in, your question is, what confidence do you have that the perpendicular wall is secure to the lateral wall? Well, it has to be tied in. And the way they tie it in is by drilling into it. And it's very difficult, but people do it all the time when they repair walls. So it's not new technology. Now,
you will see a cold joint there, but they'll drill in, just like you said, put the rebar, then epoxy it in. But it'll be just as strong.
Yeah. Yeah, and seeing a cold joint means nothing to him. That's going to be all dirt, right? Who cares, right?
No, but if they saw this to begin with before they got this far in the house, wouldn't you want them to re-pour, or you wouldn't care?
Oh, yeah.
I'd want to re-pour.
I don't know, actually. I don't know. Really, actually, we can ask one of our engineers, but I think tying in a support wall is probably just, if it's done properly, is probably just as good as pouring it in the beginning. Maybe we can get some arguments, but maybe we should ask an engineer or one of our people who do foundations on the referral list. The bottom line is it secure? Is it a secure foundation? There are other ways of doing it. Why did they go with a perpendicular wall anyway? Why did they go with that? Do you know? Who did your foundation design? Huh?
Yeah, it's just a perpendicular wall, supports the wall after they backfill the dirt in.
No, I understand that. How far out does that perpendicular wall go?
Maybe about 3 feet.
Okay, here's the deal. It can be done quite easily because it really, it can be done easily. It really depends on who designed your foundation and what they think. Is the engineer available who designed your foundation to give it a stamp?
That's what's going to matter.
Yes.
Then that's what you need. If that guy who designed it says, okay, here's how you repair it, then there's nothing wrong with that.
But let's say he, just for sake of argument, because I just went through this.
Okay.
And I had him tear down the whole damn thing.
But you didn't have the exact problem, Mark. You had a different problem.
They ran out of cement pouring it, and they would have had to tie in to the top. It's virtually the same thing.
Yeah, in other words, you didn't.
But mine wasn't done. I didn't have to take down an entire structure.
Right. And they'll never take down a structure. I think even a court of law would say it's unreasonable.
Yeah, I'd be curious what an actual engineer says about it.
And that's what counts. So Paul is telling me, you're telling me the engineer is fine with the repair. Is that right?
Yes.
But it has to be executed properly. And, so here's the deal. If that engineer who designed it will also sign off on the repair, I would have no problem with it.
Okay.
Now, that's a curious thing Mark's talking about, running out of concrete and doing another pour. Where did they run out?
They were pouring the foundation. They got about 75% of it poured.
Now, are you saying poured as far as the height or the number of walls?
The number of walls, so
You had complete walls.
Well, pretty close to complete walls. 3 out of 4.
Yes.
And then the next truck didn't show up.
Okay, so you're thinking, I don't want a fourth wall poured and having it, as you called it, a cold joint to the other 3. It wouldn't be to the other 3, it would be to the other 2. They tie them in on the corners.
Yep.
Okay.
Not at all, man. I said, well, tear it down.
I understand.
And they were out there with jackhammers for a day and a half tearing it down.
I'm just going to say something. I think it was unnecessary. I just think because you had 3 walls and it would have been tied into 2 walls, and if they tied it in properly, it would have been fine, especially because you're not even supporting a second floor.
My engineer didn't like one part of it because that's the first person I called.
Okay, so the guy that designed it wouldn't sign off on a repair.
He's saying I probably won't sign off on it. If they want to go ahead and try it, if I do, I do.
Oh.
At that point, my contractor said, well, we're not going to play that game. Let's just get rid of it because it sounds like that's the way it's going to go to begin with.
Oh, my goodness gracious. So they tore out 3 walls and put all 4 in again.
Yep, tore out 3.
Okay.
And the rebar.
That, to me, I don't know, it just sounds to me like overkill. I understand why you would want it. What you're paying for is a full foundation.
But some of that epoxy cost a fortune to drill, and then you have to rebar up and then use that very expensive epoxy.
Now, I guess it's different when you're starting from new as opposed to going back and repairing a foundation. When you repair a foundation, there are all kinds of unique and cool ways to do it. But Mark's figuring, I have nothing built on top. What the hell? I have a clear lot. They can come in and pull out the other concrete without any problem. So I can see that, I guess.
And they had the opportunity to try to do it, and then it would be up to the engineer. They made the decision not.
More coming up.
This is Denver's talk station.
Jackhammered it out and cut all the rebar off.
Sorry, nobody told me you were being quiet about it.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm just, holy cow. You have footings below it. Right?
Well, my footings were poured as one pour, so yes, there's footers, but not like what you're thinking about as footers. The footers were on each corner, and in the middle a footer went across. It went 10 feet down, or not 10 feet.
Wait, you had a footer across the middle underneath?
Yes, because it's a steel building. So they literally had to dig out that
But did they
entire
put a
thing.
footer mid-span because you have holes on it?
Yep, that's why, exactly. Plus they wanted to break up, plus he knew, because it's so big, when they actually poured the top, he wanted that wall
Do you know why I think
to
it was
move the
overkill?
flour.
The reason I think it was overkill is because that building doesn't require a foundation to begin with.
It's a steel building, yeah.
I understand that, but it doesn't.
It's not a pole barn.
But they can still do it on spread footings. It does not need a wall.
Well, that's what they used was spread footers, but the one wall going across did go down an additional 10 inches down.
Which one did they short you?
The whole thing was one pour.
I understand, but the first time, it was the 4 walls in the middle.
Yeah, so picture the back wall. That was almost 100% done. Then the other walls, they almost had a slope going down.
Okay.
So they had to take out, I mean, think about that. The joint would have been like this.
Yeah, that's weird.
And then tying it in would have been wild.
That's weird. That's a different, I thought you meant you had literally full walls.
No.
And then all you had to do was pour in the last.
No. They were, the way they were pouring was one huge pour.
No, I wouldn't have wanted that either.
It took them It took about 6 guys.
What do I got?
To get it
How high were your walls? 4 foot?
4 foot.
Okay, so the new walls.
Except over
Guys,
the middle. Which was
okay,
just
Mike's coming on in 5. Mike's on. Yes, the mic is on. Hey, let's talk about selling valuables like gold and silver, jewelry. You know the first thing we think every single time. Where can I get the most money? But we also think this. Where am I not going to get cheated? The last thing you want to do is mail this off to someplace from the internet or call a 1-800 number. Why not go right here to 3rd and Clayton, David Ellis Jewelers. Or you can give him a call. I'll give you that number in a second. Now, he'll buy jewelry as jewelry. You get more money for that. Then you have scrap. Let's face it, it's not worth much, but it does have gold and silver. So you have a trusted name, David Ellis. You probably heard the name. He's been around for 40 years, as long as I have, and you know what? I've known him the whole time. No one will give you a better deal, cash on the spot, for gold, silver, watches, even coin collections. If it has value, David Ellis will have the knowledge. 303-322-8779. David Ellis, 303-322-8779. 3rd and Clayton.
So you had rebar coming up. So
yeah, that would have been so crazy.
Right.
So
they
it was actually drying on a slant, Mark.
Drill down in the footing.
Mark, it was drying on a slant.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow. Yeah, they had to redo it.
Wow.
What's wow?
It took them 2 days.
They had to cut all the rebar off. Re-drill the rebar into the footings.
No. The footings were all part of the same
out.
fort.
They took it out.
They
took all that out.
You didn't do separate
They took everything
all
out.
One fort.
Wow.
They took everything out.
They jackhammered everything, man.
Wow.
That's crazy shit.
The only thing I didn't do, which I contemplated, but I didn't want to bust their balls too much after that, was I was about to call my engineer out for another open hole inspection when they redid all the rebar, because he came out before they poured.
Do you have a structural floor or a poured concrete floor?
It's gonna be a poured concrete floor.
Okay, so they have to fill in the cavity with dirt, right? Right.
It's already done. Scott did.
And they packed. Oh well, he's tamping the shit out of it.
Oh yeah, he used.
That is the worst backfilled floor on a backfill, because a lot of guys, they'll dig out and leave virgin dirt for that.
No, what he does, well, actually, it ended up even better because of all the road base, because when they destructed those old walls...
They put them inside?
Well, yeah, I mean, what are you going to do? Scoop out
more
than
that's
this
wonderful.
building of it?
But did they break them up into smaller
parts? It was broken up really good. It was basically road base. So that was at the bottom, then we brought more dirt.
How the hell did they break it up that good? Did they have one of those pointing things that went...
I know this, they blew almost every circuit in my house.
That's pretty cool. You had your own road base.
And then he repacked it. Then my concrete guy, the flat work guy, of course, will fine grade it. No, it was a nightmare. I was like, it's almost
okay,
done.
Mike's coming on. Right now you have a problem, you wonder, oh God, what is this? I had it happen in my house, it was electrical. How long will it take to find it? What is it going to be? It could be just a $59 problem, but it takes all day to find. With Fix It 24/7, you never have to worry about finding a problem. With plumbing, heating, cooling, electric, they'll do it for $39 no matter how long it takes. Then they give you a full written report. You can shop around if you want, or you can have them do the work, and they'll apply the $39, so you never pay that twice. So, in essence, it turns out to be a free call charge and a free diagnostic if you have the repair done. They want to be a repair company, but there is no obligation, just $39. Here's the other thing. If they do the work, they guarantee you'll never get better work, more work, the same quality work with the same products for a better price ever. Fix It 24/7, 720-526-3939. That's 720-526-3939. FixMyHome.com.
That's all road based.
I'll bet you they have insurance on that. I know they're going to probably sue.
No, you know who ended up paying for it?
Company.
The what's it called?
Raymond.
No, it was the other one we looked at yesterday. Martin Marietta.
Hi, Tom Martino here. Welcome to the show. 303-713-TALK. 713-8255. Okay, so K&H Home Solutions with us. If you call them this month to schedule an appointment and you decide to go through with it, you'll get windows for $1 each installed. Now, I don't mean the windows for $1. I mean the windows at their regular good prices, which are discounted to begin with. And then you pay $1 for installation, $1 for each window, khwindows.com. So let's talk about anything on your mind, and it includes anything to do with home. Do you guys do insulating? I asked you this before. You don't, do you?
No, we don't do insulation.
Okay.
We did
now,
it one time.
When you open up the window cavity, the windows,
right?
Is that a time people could have stuff blown in there? Wouldn't that be a good time or not?
Well, we use spray insulation around the windows.
Around the window.
Yeah.
But if you guys find that the wall cavities are deficient, that would be a good time because there's nothing stopping people.
Yeah, but you got different cavities. You know, every 16 inches where you have studs.
Okay.
So you can't really
Ideally, you would do it before getting your side. If you were doing a full makeover, doing the windows and the siding, what a great time to do insulation.
That'd be perfect.
You just go right through the sheathing, you do whatever you need, and then go right over with Everlast.
Right.
And before you do the Everlast, do you wrap the house?
Yes, always.
Is it like a tie-vac?
Yeah.
Kind of like that?
Pretty much the same stuff.
All right. 303-713-TALK. Dave, what's going on? God, did something break? Dave! Dave?
Yes.
What's going on, man?
Happy birthday.
Thank you. What's happening?
Hey.
Daphne spilled the beans. Yeah, what's going on?
My wife she has the General. I know that's the worst insurance you can get.
Well, it's one of them. It's not in my top 5, but it would be the 6th bad one.
Yeah, so she got a bill. She's had them for a couple of years. She had a bill with an added driver on her policy.
Okay.
And so the bill is like extra $200 and some that she can't really afford to pay for.
Okay.
And the General said that they sent her 3 notices saying that they think this person lives in our house and they're going to add her.
Now, okay.
Well, we never got the letters.
You already have, let me get this now. You already have your wife plus 1, right?
Not just my wife. I've got my own policy.
Okay.
She's got her
now,
own.
Here's what insurance companies do. They will charge you for every adult child or every driver's age child living in the home, whether you like it or not, unless you make special arrangements. Now, is that what they're doing? Is it a child?
No, it's just a random stranger. Just a random lady.
They picked a random stranger and said, we think she's living with you, so we're going to charge you for her.
But why? You got to give us something, man.
Yeah. We both got on the phone with the General yesterday. She was a little nicer than I was, but.
And what did they say?
Come up with that. They said that they go through some kind of state record to see, or they get an alert from the state.
Okay,
or something
let me ask you something, Dave. Dave, let me ask you something. Mm-hmm. Do you guys have anyone living or renting from you at all?
Nope. Zero. Just me and my wife.
You have never had another person living in that home?
And you don't know who this person is they're referring to?
Can you call Compass Insurance Group, Daphne? Oh, who's the person they're referring to? Dave?
Excuse me? Yes.
Is it a random person off the street, or is it someone you know?
A random. My theory is we just bought a new house in November.
Yes.
And I think my theory is that it might have been the new tenants that moved into our old place. That's my theory.
What do you mean tenants? Are you renting? Hold on. Are you renting your old home?
No, we were renting last year up until November.
You were renting
Moved out, bought our own place.
I understand. You were renting.
No,
Or were you landlords?
Yeah, we were renting.
Okay.
No, we were just renting the place for ourselves.
Okay, you know? And then you moved. And then you moved.
Then we moved.
And then someone moved. Then someone right. And then someone moved into that old place.
Yeah, and I think it's somebody that lives into this old place.
Right. The one that the lease is. Yeah.
What gives me? Yeah. So looking back at the paperwork through the year, they've got our new address.
All right, hold on. Just hold on. This is getting very weird. Okay, hold on. We'll come back out.
Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Circle K.
South of the Metro. Yeah, but no. They might be able to do that now, but they're saying they want to go back and retro bill them, right?
They can, if they truly were there.
Well, I'm sure they can, but I'm saying, is that what he's saying?
Yeah.
Because going forward, you're right, you would simply exclude that person.
Well, you can and can't. You can't necessarily exclude them.
But it's not a real person to them.
No, that you could, of course. But why would they? I don't even understand. I want to ask Compass how they do it.
Partly cloudy overnight, low around 63. Right now it's partly cloudy.
Crazy shit, man.
Impact traffic and weather. I'm Pete Wagner at 6:30 K-How.
You know what today is? It's the day to stop paying full price for gas.
Crazy. How do you prove someone doesn't live with you if they simply tell you, fuck you, they do?
Yeah.
I actually had a great experience with the General. They were
you used them?
Yeah. I drove like shit for a really long time, and they have if you're a terrible driver,
You're their customer.
their rates are they're the most competitive rate for a terrible driver.
See in a company car?
No, absolutely not.
He switched. He's a good guy now.
Yeah. Had to change my ways, Mark.
Here's my first instruction. Leave pens in the studio. More to come.
Is that new for real? That is new. Holy moly.
Flexible options that pay you a lump sum of cash for a portion of your payment, ensuring you get the money you need now while still receiving future payments from your structured settlement.
And we're getting a bunch of comments.
You should see what he's been. I don't want him even saying them out loud. We're not stirring the pot. I am being the adult.
What kind of comments?
Come look at him.
About what?
About K&H.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, mic's on. Avenue Dental Studios right next door to us. Suzanne loves Dr. Kelly. You will too. Dr. Kelly and Dr. Jerem, a husband and wife team. They have a DTC office and a Monument office. They do cosmetic dentistry. They do full mouth restorations. They do general dentistry. They will, for $59, give you a consultation for cosmetic dentistry, which will include an exam, x-rays, and a cleaning. And they'll let you know exactly what your cosmetic options are for just $59. You can never beat that. Just for the cleaning and x-rays and exam. 720-240-4740. AvenueDentalStudio.com.
Do you know someone with depression?
This guy came up with his quote, life is like a roll of toilet
Mental
paper.
wellness and TMS.
It goes faster as it goes down.
You know what's weird is I don't see all those quotes.
Wait, hold on. What are you stirring up, sir? Yeah, you just said all these comments. What are you talking about?
Mark said that.
What is it?
On YouTube.
About what?
Just go look at them. Oh, they're on YouTube. I'm looking on Facebook. That's why I don't see them.
Like memory loss, weight gain, or
You thought I was making them up?
No, you showed them to me.
And get this, many patients experience significant relief.
So I got an O&E I should have pretty soon.
Wellness offers hope to innovation.
On what, Mark?
So we'll know what's going on.
On that woman?
Minimal side effects and
okay.
And then we still got to talk about Betsy or whatever her name was. Etsy.
Hey,
Etsy.
Yes. Oh.
Etsy.
Let's do it in the next hour, please, so we have something to talk about.
No, I don't care what we do.
Now, Mark, this thing he's talking about, YouTube, what's going on?
Here, put it on mute for a minute.
Put it on mute for a minute.
September 14th, this year we honor our canine heroes, and the new range experience is better than ever. So join me Saturday, September 14th for the Firearms Festival at Centennial Gun Club. Details at firearmsfestival.com.
Life Certain Wealth Strategies provides financial planning with a focus on forward-looking tax mitigation strategies for those in or near retirement in Colorado. Life Certain Wealth Strategies. Discover the fiduciary difference. Visit lifecertain.com today to begin your planning.
You're in charge of hiring, and Indeed has solutions.
Oh, that was the best. I've never been snubbed so bad in my life.
Hey, can you give me a sound effect, please? Try.
It was a true snub.
Never mind, I'll find it. You have sound here. You have sound on this computer. Turn it up.
Research by Silk Road shows Indeed delivers 3 times more hires than any other job site. Visit Indeed.com/promo to try company pages for free. Terms and conditions apply. There's nothing like meeting.
I'm gonna beat your ass.
There's nothing like Zoom to make that happen.
You don't want me to show up?
I can do business across town and around the world. Zoom ties together all of your communication needs into one. For video conferencing, phone calls, group chat.
Actually, I'm looking forward to a game of Cutthroat.
Connect easily.
Love the Cutthroat. Well, you start playing head-to-head. I'll tell you, when you get in those long volleys in cutthroat, though, the one guy, you know, the scorers, and God, you guys have had me running like I've never run.
Colorado Tinnitus and Hearing Center. That's the place I went for my hearing loss, and I had some tinnitus after an infection. That's neither here nor there. The moral here is that these guys, these gals, Dr. Patty and Dr. Lisa, specialize in helping people with tinnitus or hearing loss, one or both. And they let you try all of the technologies free of charge in a trial period. Now, some of them have a small charge, but the bottom line is this, you know up front, okay? If you have tinnitus, they have permanent solutions for some tinnitus, and they have other solutions that are damn near permanent because they mask the sound and you can live with it. Colorado Tinnitus and Hearing Center, they're on South Clarkson and Hamden. That's right in an urgent care building, and Colorado Tinnitus and Hearing Center is on the second floor. Give them a call, get an evaluation, and try out free of charge hearing aids. 303-534-0163. 534-0163. The website, helpforringing.com.
Alexa to play 6:30.
Here's the other problem with the cold joint. Listen to what I'm saying here.
No, I know where you're
Even
saying
if
that
they,
was all damn...
take even that out. So they pour it, you come home, you look at your foundation, and you see a cold joint. How do you convince your engineer at that time they actually repaired it properly?
You can't. Unless he has to do an inspection. Hi, Tom Martino here. Let's talk, okay? Now we have another hour to go. If you're on the line, you stay on the line, and we will take you. Now, what happens to Dave? Dave has insurance. They're trying to backbill him $250, saying that there's a person living in your household, and we have to insure for that risk. Many insurance companies will do that if you have an adult living at home and they don't have their own policy or car. So, Dave.
Or a young driver.
Right, Dave. They just insist you have someone living there. So don't pay the bill and tell them they're full of crap. How about that?
Yeah, that's fine. I'd like to drop them anyway, but so if we don't pay the bill, they're going to send us collection and hurt our credit. You know.
Well, hold on now.
Hold
on. They can only rate you for what they can rate you. Daft, do we have Compass on? I don't read it on my call screener. Who do we have from Compass?
I have Jeremy.
Okay, I'm going to talk to Jeremy. Jeremy, first of all, I don't even know how this happens. The general is insuring his wife. And then the general says, oh, by the way, you owe us another $250 because we have been insuring another adult in your household. They say, we don't have another adult. And they say, oh, yeah, we get state records from time to time. And it indicates you have somebody living there. First of all, is that true?
I have never heard of that.
Yeah.
What else?
Wait. Yeah. I just thought of something.
What?
He said he had his own insurance policy. Could her insurance policy know that he lives there? You follow what I just said?
Yeah, I mean,
I'm an excluded driver on her policy.
Okay, all right, you're excluded. So, Jeremy, why did they at the general suddenly say you have to pay for another person living with you?
Yeah, I have never heard of that. I mean, the policy can certainly exclude household members that are not listed as drivers. But to come back and retroactively say we know someone else lived there and we're charging.
Did someone else?
Ridiculous.
Did someone else get like a ticket in that car or something?
That's what I'm thinking. I'm not sure how it happened. I think what they keep saying is they have proof that they sent us 3 times that they were going to do this. But we didn't ever get it in the mail. We looked through all our mail. And
okay, I'm going to come out and say it. I think something's funny here. I think we're missing something.
Well, Jeremy, he shouldn't just have to pay because they say that, right? I mean, listen, Dave, you need to tell them.
Shouldn't
what?
If it's something like that, shouldn't it be certified mail if they're going to just add somebody, you know?
If they're going to add somebody, what would they do, Jeremy, in this case?
Well, in a worst-case scenario, if they came back and said, hey, we know this person's in the house and we need to add them to the policy and it's going to cost this amount of money, it should always come with an option to exclude that person. They can't force that person. I mean, that's how I would
Dave, I believe, Dave, I think it's just crazy. I think they're trying to swindle you out of some more money.
Hey, would you guys call up the general on his behalf and see what the hell's going on?
I don't know,
Yeah,
Jeremy.
we could do
do
that.
they, Dave, do you have a representative at the General?
I think they're all direct.
Let's see.
Do you
Yeah,
have someone
I
you talk
some-
to? Or do you talk to a different person every time?
Yeah, we talked to 2 people last night. I don't have the paperwork. I wrote it down. One,
All right,
the
I want you to write it
supervisor's name
down.
was Bradley.
I want you to write it down and then get in touch.
I'm going on the record saying something.
Listen to what I'm telling you, Dave. Get the information. Call Daphne. She'll put you in touch with Jeremy. Let him speak insurance language with them. I'm thinking they're jive talking. I'm thinking they don't know that you know better, and they're going to try to get away with it. We have more coming up on the Troubleshooter Show. Another hour. Stick around.
I know what you're doing.
Ed, you do know we have another hour.
I'm going on the record saying.
Oh, because you usually come in here, right?
Yeah, there's something totally wrong. I'm sure of it. They don't just come out of the blue and say, hey, someone you've never known is now living with you.
And what kind of records will they get that would give them that?
I have no idea.
Jeremy is saying it's bullshit.
So here's another reason. Why would they both be on the same policy? Unless she has such a bad driving.
She's really bad. That's why.
Yeah, that's
Or
that's
he's
why.
really bad.
No, she is. That's why she's with the General.
Yeah, for sure.
Is that what General just?
You know about those guys
They're
with the
known
General.
for high risk.
Yeah, they have competitive rates at high risk.
Well, now wait, though. Shaq uses a General.
No, I'm joking that Brown already needs a day off. That's why it's in your...
No, but why?
Hey, you're stirring the pot.
Oh, that's
Quit
my job.
stirring.
That's my job.
So that one guy that said something, we tried.
KRFX HD2 Denver.
They're fishing.
Denver's Talk Station with Tom Martino now. Ross Kavitsky tomorrow morning at 5.
Right back.
And the good news is...
No good news?
I don't know. I'm reading it. It says, and the good news is...
I'll tell you what,
I like that show, The Five.
Yeah, that's good.
I do. That's probably their best show on right now.
Which one?
It's got a good, I even like, who's a black guy? He's pretty good, man. I know you don't like him. He's too liberal for you, but I like him. He is very liberal, there's no doubt about it. But he at least, you never see on CNN someone bring in a staunch Republican or conservative.
So guess he was fired
From CNN.
No, from
PBR.
PBR.
Which is Pabst Blue Ribbon Beer Company.
This area of Florida is now in the clear.
The Category 2 hurricane now.
Guys, put that off real quick. While Tom's out, I want to ask you something real quick.
Diving boat fire off Santa Cruz Island are now accounted for. 33 of 34 bodies recovered. Michigan today became the first state in the country to ban flavored e-cigarettes. This is ABC News. Yet another Republican member of Congress is retiring, the fifth one from the Lone Star State.
Representative Bill Flores from Texas's 17th District announcing Wednesday he will not be seeking another term in 2020. Congressman Flores won re-election handily in 2018. He's now the 12th Republican in the House to announce they won't be seeking another term, while also not running for a higher position either. Flores says when he leaves office in 2021, he'll be spending more time with family, but also returning to the private sector. Trevor Ault, ABC News, Washington.
Pope Francis today talked about the growing opposition he faces within the conservative right wing of the U.S. Catholic Church. In offhand remarks to reporters, the pontiff said today that he didn't mind the criticism, calling it, quote, an honor if the Americans attack me. Conservatives have blasted the Pope for his stand on such issues as outreach to migrants, the environment, the death penalty, and sacraments for remarried Catholics. Mona Rivera, ABC News.
Hey, school's almost in. Shop smart when you make Burlington stores your back-to-school headquarters. From shoes to backpacks to lunch bags, Burlington is packed with the very best to send them back to class in style. Score the latest tees, jeans, and activewear, plus all the basics like socks and underwear, too. The brand names you love at up to 60% off other retailers' prices every day. Breathe easy. You're ready for the school year. Burlington, style for everyone.
Before you expanded your business, before you shipped that 1,000th order, before you shipped that first order, you printed that new business pitch. Staples has everything your business needs to get you from here to there. Right now, get $25 off when you buy 2 HP toner cartridges and free overnight delivery on HP toner when you order online at staples.com. Staples, here we get you there.
Ends 9/7/19. Restrictions may apply. Free delivery excludes holidays and weekends. Order by 5 p.m. See store or staples.com/toner savings for details.
KHOW News Time, 103.
One city in the metro area taking action against electronic cigarettes.
In November, Boulder voters will decide on a ban of flavored tobacco products as well as a tax increase of 40% on e-cigarettes. It has the support of school officials there, like Boulder Valley School District Superintendent Rob Anderson.
The city of Boulder has a huge problem with students vaping. It's become an epidemic.
The Boulder City Council is also still considering raising the age to buy tobacco products to 21.
That's reporter Connor Shreve. The Red Cross of Colorado and Wyoming has sent help to the hurricane path in the southeastern U.S. Red Cross spokesman Bill Ford.
We have about 44 Colorado volunteers here.
Tom, do you want to stick around for this question on the siding molding?
Yeah.
Okay.
You can stick around as long as you want.
Yeah, it's up to you guys.
That's all up to you. I just don't want to impose, but whatever you want.
Okay. Well, I'm leaving tomorrow, or I'm leaving Friday for Alaska.
Okay, you need to get ready.
Ooh, where are you going?
Kodiak Island.
Oh, no, shit.
Yeah.
My dad went there fishing. They went for about 3 weeks. He had a great time. The guide had to come and grab him. He was walking on what he thought was just a trail, a natural trail. It was a fucking bear trail. And the guide was freaked out, man. It's like, hey, you can't be just wandering off on these fucking trails.
Well, this is way on the south end of Kodiak Island, so it's really remote.
That's where those fucking bears are actually from. Did you know that?
Yeah. Kodiak.
Fuck, they're crazy big, man. I mean, how tall are those things?
But they're eating. They're feeding, so they don't really mess with you. Right.
They're feeding on
Yeah.
They're fat and happy.
Impact traffic and weather. I'm Pete Wagner on.
No, you'll have a blast, man. That was one of his favorite trips.
I'll be gone for a week.
Compromising your devices.
So he'll be sponsoring like kegs in my office.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right.
Driving company vehicles.
No. There's a line you just can't cross.
Shit, man, my dad really liked that. We've got a sales guy that works part-time for us for a referral list. He flies in the brush down there, man. So for 2 weeks, he's down there flying into these little Eskimo towns.
It's amazing.
He loves it. I'm like, shit, man, that sounds crazy as hell.
15 years ago, we went and did a float trip down there. This was up against the Arctic.
Wasn't it cold as shit?
No, it was like June, right during the summer solstice. So, in fact, Tom will love this. Bernie was flying at 180 and he lost the engine.
Really?
Had to put it down on what they call the highway down there.
Which is ice?
Yeah.
Oh, the actual highway.
Yeah, this is in the summer, so they don't have the ice roads.
I got you.
Yeah, they tried to fix the plane where it was sitting, but they couldn't get it fixed.
So what do they do?
Well, the guy who brought the parts up for the plane drove them to the nearest village where they took a 206 and flew over the village we were waiting. And then we flew up to, it was probably about...
You were in the plane when it went down?
No, I was in the plane. I was in another plane.
What was what happened? Did the engine seize or what was the matter?
Yeah, Louis drug.
Really?
Yeah.
That's lack of maintenance, bro.
It's fucking Alaska, man. That's why that shit with Nate, I go, man, you don't know what you're flying up
there. He had the owner
there.
of the plane with him. And, Gary was sleeping. Bernie said, I just lost the engine. Gary said, well, put down.
Yeah, what else you gonna do?
Yeah.
Let's discuss it.
Yeah.
My dad bellied up his Bonanza years ago, man. I was in it. It was fucking terrifying for about 2 seconds. Just the noise. Literally the noise. But
did he know, or was it a bad deal?
He thought it was a stall buzzer, but it was his first RG, and he thought it was a damn stall buzzer. It was the RG buzzer.
Oh, he must have felt like shit. God.
It's unbelievable how it held up, though.
Hello, I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. What is going on in your life? And we have so much to talk about. We are going on till 2 o'clock. So Ted Rowland is with us from K&H Home Solutions, so we'll go to that one question. Siding has mold and figure out what's going on. Joe, what's going on with your house siding?
Yeah, how you doing today?
Hey, man, I'm doing good, and I hope we can help a lot of people. Now, your siding has mold on the inside, like behind the siding?
No, on the outside.
On the outside? How did...
on the outside.
Did it just show up one day, or what?
We got it put in 1999, and it came about 8 months later, and I've tried to power wash it. I've tried all kinds of stuff.
You've been fighting this
what kind of siding
for 19 years, 20 years?
Yep.
What kind of siding is it?
It's vinyl siding.
Why would there be mold? On the outside, does it look like a black mold?
Sure, it's not moss.
Yep,
yeah, are you sure it's mold?
I've got to assume it's mold. It's only on two sides of my house, and the two sides it's on are the two sides that doesn't get sun. It's on the north side.
Yeah, of course, that's mold.
Side.
Moss, I mean. That's moss. You've heard that.
I tried to scrape it off, and
were you a Boy Scout?
Scrape it off. No.
Moss grows where the sun don't shine.
Did you try using bleach on it or something like that?
It's not
I
not
tried
mold.
in spots using bleach, and it'll take it away, and it comes back.
What, for the life of me, I can't figure out why moss, even if it's moss. But here's what I want to know. Does it always grow in the same parts of the siding, or does it come back in different spots?
The years.
What?
It has spread. It's gotten much, a
Are you
broader
thinking
area.
it's coming from the inside out?
No, I'm thinking it's moss.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Spores are blowing onto the house. And what is that called? Artillery fungus? Did you read about that? What's going on?
It's been on my vinyl siding for years.
You had it on your siding, Shannon, on your vinyl siding. And what is it from?
It's mushrooms, apparently.
Mushrooms, tiny mushrooms. Are you kidding?
Little tiny black mushrooms.
You live in a
microscopically small mushrooms.
Man, this
is these are about the size of a pea.
Well, thank God they're
they
legal
could be.
in Denver.
Could
now.
you get us a photo? Could you get us a photo?
Yeah, I can.
Okay. Give us a photo. We want to look at them. We want to look at it and even send somebody out. I would love to send Deputy Clint out there because he knows everything. I would love to. Where are you? This is crazy. Where are you located, Joe? General area.
Thornton, North Thornton.
All right, hold on. He lives right up there. Okay, hold on. Daff, get a photo from him, okay? So, guys, that's crazy, isn't it? Have you ever heard of stuff like that?
Not on the outside. Not in Colorado where it's so dry.
Now, Art, you want to shout out to one of my attorneys that we feature, Mark Trenner. He's an IP attorney. What's going on?
Yeah.
He protects him. Did you use him for a patent?
I sure did.
What kind of patent? Did you get the patent yet, or do you have a placeholder, a provisional patent?
Provisional.
And what is it on? Now that you have a provisional, you can talk about it.
Well, I signed the paperwork next week, but I talked to you about a month or so ago about my invention of the hitch for the slingshot.
Oh, yes. That's very cool. Yes. And
I remember that. There is another one out there, but it's very complicated and doesn't work well, or it pushes or pulls or
Explain
something.
to people what it is.
Well, it's a three-wheel motorcycle that's made by Polaris. The vehicle is a three-wheel motorcycle. It drives like a car.
Mm-hmm.
And we invented the trailer hitch, a hitch that you can pull the small motorcycle trailer or a jet ski or
behind it.
A little
because remember, behind it is the single tire.
That's right. And we wondered, how the hell did you do that? And apparently it's pretty cool.
Wasn't there somebody else that did something, but it just didn't work very well?
There was another guy who did them, and he went out of business. Then there's another guy who builds one that's very strong, that almost too strong that you could actually pull an airstring with it. But it's the slingshot only weighs 1,700 pounds. You can't overload that by pulling something that's bigger than you.
By the way, do you own a slingshot?
Absolutely.
Are they cool to have? Do you like them?
Oh man, it's like the funnest thing I've ever had in my life.
Really?
I swapped it out from a fully dressed out Harley.
Yeah.
I sold that and I jumped into the slingshot, and I'm telling you, it's like a whole new world.
Let me guess. They probably now have even clubs that all ride them, don't they?
Oh yes, yeah.
Do most people wear a helmet when they drive those?
You can if you want to. It's not mandatory in Colorado, and actually, in a lot of the states, you're not obligated to even have a motorcycle endorsement.
Oh, yeah, I can see that. So, Art, that's good. Now, you had a question about Facebook?
Yeah, I tried to sell something on Facebook, and I did sell it. A gentleman bought it from me. He paid me with Facebook Messenger payments. I got the money, but there's something goofy about it. He paid me, and I wound up getting paid 3 times.
Oh, good.
So no, it's not good. I'm an honest guy. I want to pay him back. So I wanted to refund it. So I tried to pay him back.
Yeah.
And Facebook Messenger payments is goofy. You can't. There's nobody to call or to get any support.
That's right. There's nothing. Well, it's better to just get his information and ACH or send him a money order or something. Really, it is so complicated. First of all, to credit the guy is near impossible. And if you want to pay him, it's weird. If you want to pay him because there's no transaction associated with it. It's crazy. So.
Well, actually, what I did today is I actually. Gave him. I delivered the part that he wanted, and I actually gave him the cash back.
Oh, okay. Well, that's cool. But
we took care of that.
So thank you for letting us know about Facebook. I don't recommend that form of payment at all. There are so many phone forms of payment, digital forms of payment. Be very careful, people. There are so many bad ones out there. Now, we have a comment on the molding. Go ahead. I don't have your name, but you have a comment on the molding. Go ahead.
Hey, Tom.
Yes.
I see it a lot. On this vinyl. What it is it is a fungal growth, but it can be cleaned off. They just need to get some type of a fungal growth, scrub and just scrub it off. You can't just power wash it.
So it is a fungi, he's saying.
Yeah. So where does it come?
The dirt you get mild or condensation or rain or something like that, and then the wind blows dust onto the wall.
And it grows, and some little seedlings get in there, and it starts growing. What do you use to clean it?
I would just use like even soap and water, and you gotta scrub it. You can't just power wash it because it just doesn't come off.
All right. So it sounds like something that's going to come back, though.
It'll always come back.
Oh, crazy!
It's a vinyl material.
Crazy. Now, Virgil says he has a comment on how that happened with insurance or something, with the insurance situation where the guy has insurance with the general, or his wife does. All of a sudden, a bill shows up for an extra person saying, you also owe us for that extra person living with you. They say there is no extra person living with us. The husband is already excluded. He has his own policy. We'll talk about that and more coming up on the Troubleshooter Show. First, Frank Duran, therealestateman.com. Frank?
Hey, Tom.
What is the message today? That you have a new website, you think you're a big shot. It's a wonderful website, and you are a big shot.
Well, I'm a little shot, but I think the website's the big shot. But I'll tell you this much. We've got a lot of great free information on there for our buyers and sellers.
I know you do.
Appreciate you all, and we want to give you everything we can. And on top of that, we're going to be very soon launching our free home buyer workshops coming up, Tom. But for right now, we got a lot of great free information on there. We'd love for you to come check it out, frankduranhomes.com.
And I like to use Frank Duran, therealestateman.com.
Absolutely.
That's still working too, right?
Both ways you can get there.
Frank,
Absolutely.
I wouldn't even consider using anyone else. And by the way, if you do have these workshops on buying a house or selling a house, either one, the information is unbelievable. He gives away secrets on pricing and what's called bracketing and how to get the most money. It's not always asking for the most. It's amazing to watch him work. And I have to say, even a know-it-all like Mark here, who thinks he knows everything, he sat back in awe and says, you know what, Tom? I just watched him. I thought at first, let me handle it, and I didn't do anything.
Well, I don't know about awe.
Yeah, awe, total awe. Frank Duran, therealestateman.com, 303-920-1622.
Weekdays 2 to 4.
Oh. I sat back and ow.
Well, guys, thanks.
Thank you.
Have fun. Have a safe trip, man.
Yeah, thanks. See you guys when we get back.
Man, you'll have fun, man.
Yeah.
How long of a flight, the main flight?
Well, it's here to Seattle, Seattle to Anchorage, Anchorage to Kodiak.
Fuck, how long's that?
Full day. And then, weather permitting, we'll fly the following morning from Kodiak down to Olga Creek.
Where do you stay on Kodiak? Is it like a cabin, a hotel? What is it?
It's a lodge.
Okay. Have you been there before?
No. This is my first time. The guy who put it together has gone there the last 14 years.
My dad really loved it, man. You're going to have a blast.
Yeah, I mean, it's really remote. There's no cell service. There's,
Hi, honey, what?
A little bit of
oh, my God, I know it.
Internet.
Yeah.
Who's in charge while you're gone?
Honey, it's amazing.
Free reign.
Free reign.
Yeah,
Free window.
Did you leave the company credit card there?
No,
It's
just so precious.
There's lots of windows. You guys will
by.
phone for $1. That's right. From someone else. No. Kidding.
No, we're not actually working that week, so.
I know, honey. Okay.
Don't get eaten by a bear.
Guys, Tom, happy birthday.
Hey, see you, man. Thank you. Thank you. See you, Nick.
Yeah, it was good to see you.
Take it easy,
We'll
man.
talk to you later, right?
See you guys.
See ya.
Yeah, good.
Former Undersecretary of Homeland Security Michael Brown is back on the radio in Denver. I heard some talk 6:30, 2 to 4. Brown got
So I guess
started.
Tuesday people won't be coming in here to do their show then.
Say it again.
But you remember the Tuesday that people come in there to do their show for the weekend? They pre-record their show on Tuesdays.
I'm missing what you're saying.
I guess they won't be
I'm
coming
just
in
literally
here.
not paying attention. I'm looking right by you. No, what are you talking about?
On
Oh, Ed
Tuesday,
Green.
They come in here and pre-record the show for the weekend. Right after
Oh,
we get
they're
out.
going to have to find another, I mean, they can't do it now because Brownie's right up.
Or will they just push him on?
Yeah. No, I bet they do it in a little, man, I don't know where they do it.
Let's get ready to get
Look,
on.
they're doing it right in there. He's getting ready.
Who?
That's not the guy.
That's
Ed
Green.
That's not the guy that comes in here on Tuesdays.
I know it is on Wednesdays he comes in. Or
No,
Tim
that-
Smile, you talking
No,
about?
he's
that
usually-
lady that does the.
Oh, but doesn't
with
Ed
Tim
do that?
Smile. Well, I think he started doing it.
Yeah.
But Tim Smile used to. But I think Ed
We think
took
it's
over.
the same group.
I think Ed took over. But wasn't it Wednesdays he came in?
Tuesdays.
I thought it was. Are you sure? Today's Wednesday.
Today's Wednesday, you're right.
And normally it's Wednesday. Let's ask. Lunch.
Oh, okay. It's definitely Tuesdays.
No.
They did admit they.
Okay, I'm going to bet you lunch. Mark, you're a witness.
No, you're talking about the
What do we
lady.
lunch bet?
The lady.
The finance
Finance
of the dark
on
hair
Wednesdays.
Tuesdays.
Okay.
Oh, hey, man,
Who would
I'm
know?
still on. What's going on?
Who would actually know?
Her.
We'll ask.
Oh, hold on a second.
Mark, don't disappear for long. I got something funny.
Scammed, fed up, burned, tricked. These are some of the comments we get from the hundreds of thousands of people who call to get their free copy of my best-selling book.
Your guy says 800 is way too high for parts from that swamp cooler, but hopefully he doesn't do it.
No, it's the whole. He's rebuilding the entire damn thing.
Motor's under 100. Well, you can buy a whole swamp cooler for $800.
But that's what I'm getting. Well, the guy wanted $5,000 for. Remember that?
I know.
But he is replacing everything inside it. Everything.
I hope he does the whole house
When the
thing.
next market crash hits, you lose nothing. Call Wealth Beyond Wall Street now to get your free book and talk with a specialist to discover this little-known strategy to get potential double-digit growth during good years and never lose when the next market
I can't believe there's actually shit like being erected.
to discover this asset.
You're supposed to go, that's what she said.
All right, now, I even cover shipping and handling, no credit card required, and I include the audiobook for free. Call 1-800-203-9898, 1-800-203-9898, that's 1-800-203-9898.
This report is sponsored by LifeLog with Norton.
Noticeably warmer this afternoon. High temperature 90. There's a 20% chance for an afternoon thunderstorm. Tonight, down to 60.
I'm meteorologist Brooks Garner, Fox 31, Brooklyn Weather.
The drive home can be more relaxing if you're not worrying about malware compromising your devices or your identity getting stolen. Introducing LifeLock with Norton.
Suzanne is on it like Blue Bonnet down there.
On what?
Billing.
Oh, this is wonderful that she has. The way I broke it up, isn't it? She gets a lot of work done, man. It's cool. I love it. We're actually going to be more efficient. Okay, I'm Tom Martino, 303-713-TALK. I urge you to get your calls in if you have any problems, questions, complaints, and tell people we're on till 2 o'clock. You see, they restructured. If you're looking for Sean Hannity, he's on Freedom Radio on 760 AM and 93.7. Hey, Shannon, is my sound up on the computer? Because I've gotten a lot of questions, and I'm on till 2. And then, of course, we had Dan Kaplis, who comes on at 4, and people ask, what are they going to do in between? So iHeart did something, and it was like, well, they had a barrel. Preview. And started scraping the bottom and came up with someone. So, yes. So there you got it, and he'll be on after me. I take an amphetamine or something to stay awake. Okay, let's go to the phones. Virgil, what's going on with you, Virgil? What's happening?
Okay, Tom, the gentleman that was complaining about paying the additional insurance.
Yes.
Okay, I know exactly how that happened.
For those listening, let me tell them what happened. This guy had the general. And his wife. He was excluded, had his own. I guess his wife's a bad driver and she was high risk. So she gets the general. All of a sudden, they backbill him. They want to backbill him for $250, claiming there's another adult living there uninsured, and she had to be insured. So what's going on? What do you think's happening?
Okay, here's exactly what it is. I had a similar situation.
Yes.
And I started getting mail for a woman, and I went to the post office. I tried to stop it and couldn't, so I went to the post office, and they said, well, now, wait a minute. This is a legitimate address and everything. I said, yeah. So they said, well, this is this person's address. So I went to the city of Aurora and talked with them about it, and they said, wait a minute, here's what's happening. We have people that come up here, they're not citizens, but in order to get into the system, they have to have an address.
So what do they do?
So,
that's pretty random.
Yeah, they just
they pick
on their form.
So they just pick
form, they put down my address.
Come on.
And they put down their name. And they told me there in Aurora that this is not uncommon. This is not a bit uncommon.
Yeah,
now,
I bet it's not.
Those are public records that's available to the insurance companies and that. Now, I was not dinged by the insurance company, but I got him off, and I asked him, I said, well, now, how should I went about this? He says, you've done exactly the right thing to do, because now what we'll do, we'll take and send the man out there, and we'll track this person down and find out what's going on.
Yeah, but they think that person lives with you.
Yeah, well, they said they live with me, and it's just been me and my wife.
No, what I'm saying is when they say they're going to send someone out to track them down, wouldn't they just send them out to your house?
No. They know who this person is because they're the documentation, the first level in that for welfare and
does that make
stamps,
sense?
All that kind of stuff.
That's crazy.
Now,
yes, it is. It really is. But that's how that can happen.
That's just so random.
You have to go down to to the city and take and complain about it, and they will take and put a stop to it.
Well, that sounds almost ridiculous. I mean, really,
yes.
almost that you could, wow. That they would go and just say, this person's now living with you. I mean, really, think about it. This person is now living with you. You have to pay for him. By the way, here's our phone number, because we're going to have a hell of a show. 303-713-TALK. And if you're watching online, Facebook and YouTube, you can call 303-MARTINO at any time and get through. All right? We have, let's see. Who's the caller? Oh, she's putting up a caller now.
Let's talk Essie.
Essie, this is a really important case. Essie calls us and says, I had a truck or car. No, it was her truck, right? And it was parked outside of her house for a long time.
7 months.
And all of a sudden it's missing. Now, we have heard of this happening before. And we have...
Well, her neighbor saw a tow truck pull up. And the tow truck loaded it up and took off with the car.
We have a feeling there's some scam going on here.
Well, it's kind of funny, man. I'll tell you this. The Aurora police are on top of this. I mean, they are really on top of this.
Good. So they are looking into it.
I know what transpired.
What?
You ready?
Yeah.
Someone called who the police are calling a suspect.
Okay.
And most likely charges are going to be filed on them very soon.
I love it. So they are looking. But
they are big time.
Somebody called and said, pick up my car.
They said, pick up this car. I purchased it and take it over to the crusher. Now, the crusher is Colorado Junk Cars.
Right.
So Colorado Junk Cars sent out one of their subcontractors.
But somebody called Colorado Junk Cars.
That's right. And they called Delgado Towing.
Yes.
That's just a subcontractor. They picked it up. They delivered it. They crushed it. They paid this person.
So you think
about
Delgado,
$300.
You think Delgado and you think the junk cars, both of those are innocently working for someone else?
I think they're 100% innocent. That's
Okay.
what my best guess is.
And then?
Now, the police are on the guy that actually called. But here's what I learned that's very
Why
curious.
did that person call to have that removed?
Because they figured, the best I can guess is they figured it's been sitting there so long, it's an elderly woman, no one's going to know the difference. Like, she's not even going to notice it gone.
Right.
A complete scam to put $300 in your pocket. Did you know this, though? In the state of Colorado, all you need to sell a vehicle, not to title it, is just a bill of sale. Isn't that unique?
You don't need a title.
You don't need a title.
So what do you think they showed the towing company to
a phony baloney bill of sale.
Do you think the towing company even asked?
I don't think the towing company would ask. I think the person they got it was Colorado Junk Cars, who hired the towing company just as an independent contractor. But it's amazing. I could phony up a bill of sale on your G-Wagon right now.
Yes.
And not title it, but I would, somewhat own it, and I could have it crushed.
Wow. That's
make a hell
crazy.
of April Fool's Day.
Now, 303-713-TALK. Again, Charlie, you have a comment on that insurance situation. How do you think they got back charged for insurance? Can you imagine a bill showing up at your house and they say to you, you now owe us an extra $250 because someone was living with you and they're insured? What would you say? Charlie?
Yeah, I'm here, Tom. How's everything with you, sir?
Good, man. How would that happen, do you think, Charlie?
Well, I think the guy's right because I had medical bills being sent to my house, my address, different name, from the Clinica Medical Center.
Yeah.
And I called them probably, this happened over about 2 years.
Yes.
This was going on.
Okay.
I finally went over there and confronted them.
Yes.
And said, I don't know where you're getting this name from. I'm going to call Channel 9, Fox 31.
Right.
I did. They didn't do anything. But I think that's what they're doing. They're just getting addresses.
Really? Who's getting them?
They're just taking addresses. Whoever, wherever they find the addresses at.
I get it. I get it. And because they put down the address, it's registered to you, and therefore you get back charged. That is a good point. We're going to look into that. Now, Loretta, would you please hang on because we have more coming up.
This is Denver's Talk Station with Ross Kaminsky in the morning.
Come up with something to talk about.
We don't have any callers.
One. It's no big deal. We'll have more in a minute.
This report is
Wow,
sponsored by
listeners.
LifeLock with Norton.
You can't listen to anything. What do you mean?
No, a lot of listeners like.
Oh,
on
yeah.
YouTube. It hasn't dropped off. 58 on YouTube.
God, that was funny as shit.
20.
Fuck, I'm not even going to say it. That was funny.
It's going to be very uncomfortable.
It reminds me of The Jerk when the guy opens up the white pages and finds Nathan.
Oh, one. It happens to be him.
Yeah,
and he lives in the gas station.
And he goes, "Stay away from the cans.
These cans are defective. They're just leaking oil." God, I love The Jerk. That was a great fucking movie. Steve Martin, man. You know, he can play that fucking banjo like nobody's business.
That's what.
Man.
Yeah. No, I've heard that. I've heard he can.
I've heard him play.
He can really jam it.
God, that was funny. What's that?
It's gonna be so uncomfortable.
Who cares? Who cares? I was trying to play nice, but
you're no longer Mr. Nice.
No, not after that bullshit yesterday. That was crazy, man. Racquetball!
I think you should leave him a cookie.
Cookie? You know, I've never missed
the floor.
The floor. My left foot's doing a lot better, man. Just in the past 3 or 4 days. I'm almost positive it was the Achilles.
All the line there. You can bruise
3-4 months.
You can bruise that. That Achilles there.
I was wearing those funky ass cheap Amazon fucking shoes that looked like they were.
I ran into him on the staircase in the stairwell. I was running down to the restroom.
Did he say anything?
I said hi. He says, hey.
At least you didn't get 100% snub.
It's raining. Did you see this list of all of the
I want to go flying, goddammit.
that are
No.
supporting Trump?
What? Who is it?
Those are all companies that are supporting Trump. McDonald's, KFC.
No, that's
In-N-Out.
I bet you that is a.
No, that's actually that's Trump's the Mega Daily.
Because if that's real, they're going to come out and say no.
You know, they tried to. There's groups that have tried to blackball Chick-fil-A, and it backfires every time.
Yes.
That is the most amazing thing.
That wasn't Trump, though.
No.
Right.
Oh, they doubled their business.
Michael's out here.
They got a lot more business. Plus, Chick-fil-A is great.
Who?
Michael Brown.
He's not.
He's out there. I'm just kidding.
Everybody's a comedian.
Well, like Popeyes came out with their chicken sandwich to battle Chick-fil-A.
No one can beat that fucking sandwich. I have no idea how they own that market.
First
of all, every employee that works there is the most polite son of a bitch I ever met.
They are. They smile. They're so nice.
Can I get you something else? Blah, blah, blah.
Before I try to get something on Sunday.
You know what? As a businessman, I couldn't fucking do it. I could not close on Sundays.
Oh, this is funny.
I couldn't do it. Could you?
Look at this card I got from you. Thank God for the Rolling Stones. They're older than we are.
Barely.
I love it. Dan, what are you, 62?
Yeah. They gather no moss.
When's your birthday?
No moss.
When's your birthday?
October.
Oh, it's coming up. You won't be 62 any longer.
I'm not even going to say it.
When can you take Social Security?
At 62.
62.
Yeah.
But you take a reduced amount forever.
Yeah, no, I know.
And you're limited for how much you can make.
Yeah, but like mine is probably 65 as a minimum, or 64.
No, it's older. You get older.
You know, there's so many people that
Mark,
say you should take.
I think the retirement age gets older for younger people.
That's what I'm saying. I think mine's like 64 or 65 is the early.
No.
Early is always 62.
62.
It's always
yes.
Oh, I see.
It's never
what you're
changed.
Saying. Then they make you wait longer for max benefits.
Yeah.
Max benefits for you might be 67. I don't know. Look,
I'm sure
look
it is.
up.
Mine's 66 and a half.
Mine's 66. I get mine.
So why though? Why do I get fucked?
Because
how come I gotta pay for you
and me
and you especially?
No, the big thing is people are living longer and they're healthier. That's really the thing. I mean, back when everybody was doing physical labor, they were beat up by the time they got 65. No, I'm serious.
I know, but back then you probably collected earlier.
No, 65 was what the
62 was always the minimum.
62 was the earliest. 65. I don't even know when that came into effect, but 65 was always the thing. It's kind of like a car. Back then, if you got 100,000 miles from a car, it was really good.
God, man, if it was a Ford or Chevy back then, it sure was.
No, back in the 60s and 70s, I don't care what car you got.
No, but Honda's always built a pretty fucking good car, man.
If you remember, Japanese was not considered...
How come there's no Chinese fucking cars? You notice that here? Can you think of one Chinese brand car?
You're right, tractor.
There's no name.
Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK. Okay, so there's one case that we're looking at where a guy says, my wife has insurance with the General, I'm insured somewhere else.
I think he's up to something, I'll say it.
And for some reason, she was billed an extra $250, and they claimed that she had somebody else living in the house, an adult, and they have to be rated for the car. Now, Compass Insurance Group that we called said this almost never happens where they just come out and say it. Now, if they found out you had an extra person, they would give you the option of excluding them or including them, but they don't just comb state records for people that live there. Now, some people have suggested to us that there might be people with maybe lacking documentation of some kind and have to come up with an address, and they just give a random address, which turns out to be yours, and then you end up having to pay for them on your car insurance. That's odd. Now, Loretta has a theory, too. Loretta, what's your theory? And we have lines open, by the way, at 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. Loretta, what's happening?
Well, I think it's maybe a new thing that's happening because maybe like 2 months ago, my son noticed that he was being charged for two people on his insurance.
Really?
Did he have the General?
Called. You know, he didn't.
Okay.
I want to say it was a cheaper one, but I don't know exactly which one because we have separate insurance.
Okay, and what happened?
He was being charged for two people, and so when he called, they said because if the assumption is if you've got two adults living there, you're going to each drive each car.
I understand that, but how did they find out there was an extra person living there, so to speak?
Maybe the post office.
Thinking because we both were in a car accident together.
Who was it? You?
Well, I was. Well, he's been in 3 in the last 2 years. 2 of them we were together.
I guess I'm asking.
And one of them he wasn't.
I guess I'm asking this: were you? Let's put it this way: were you living there not insured?
No, both of us are insured, but we had separate insurance.
But you lived together.
But you lived together, so they were accurate. Yes. They were accurate in your case.
Correct.
Okay.
But I think it's a new thing because the husband and wife are living together.
Right, but how did they come up with a random thing for this guy, I wonder? That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Well, she's saying maybe it is the spouse or him in this case.
For the couple that are living together, the husband and wife, they're making the assumption they are both going to drive each other's
Oh, you know
cars.
what though? They said he was excluded off of her policy.
Well, yeah, he was.
We didn't do that, but.
Yeah, but if he was excluded, then they wouldn't charge him for it.
But it was just my son was just automatically being charged for two people. They
okay,
never
we're going to look into this phenomenon for sure.
Well, they're looking into it. Compass is going to call up, and I'm looking forward to the end of this Scooby-Doo mystery.
303-713-TALK, 713-8255. And I just want to tell you that I want you to hear this, okay? You got to hear it. Shannon, I hope the sound is up on this computer. I'm taking you at your word. But in any case, and I don't want to make a big deal about it, but Daphne let the cat out of the bag. She said it was my birthday, and it is no big deal. I'm an old fart, okay? I don't feel it, but I am. Now, I get this from my niece's daughter, who is a grandniece. Now, listen to this. This made my day. You got to listen. I've never heard such a thing. Ready? It's not on. Shannon, help me out here, please. I know you got busy, other things to do, but there is a show going on. Thank you, Shannon.
You're still on?
Yeah, okay. The sound, please. Thank you. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. All right, ready? I hope this is on. I can.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you, Uncle Tom. Happy birthday to you.
Yay! We hope you have a great birthday.
We hope you have a great birthday. I love you.
Aww.
Now, that's it. That's real.
That kid sounds so cute.
That's real.
She's got
I know.
a New York
it
accent.
almost sounds made up. It's so cute. It broke the cuteness meter. Anyway, okay. So then we have Sean. Sean, don't make trouble. What were you going to say?
I was just gonna say, if Mike Brown's coming back in the studio,
he is.
You better buy a whole bunch of Mike condoms, man, because it's gonna get bad in there.
Now, we all have our own mic condom here. We all have our own. We all have our own foam that goes over the mic, and and listen, look at. I didn't say a word. I was very nice, polite. But he said something yesterday. And people said they wanted to know the selection process for that 2 hours. Hold on. That's scraping there. We had a barrel, went to the bottom of it, and we got, hold on. There we go. We got more coming up, huh? Okay, hold on. It's not break time. Okay, let me stop. Let me be nice. 303-713-8255. What, Mark?
I am looking at
a
1982 Blizzard.
Of this when?
And you're in it.
Really? What?
1982.
Where's the link? Let's put the link up. I didn't realize that.
I have no idea.
How'd you find it? Did somebody send it to you?
Someone sent it to me. Ted.
I had really long hair.
Well, look, that's not you. I'm not sure where you come in. Do you know who that is?
That's my wife of that time. Right?
Oh, that's
no,
Donna?
it wasn't. No, it wasn't.
Is that your dog?
No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. I know what it was.
What is
We were trapped. No, that wasn't my wife. We were trapped in a house.
What do you mean trapped?
We were trapped in
because of the blizzard.
Yes. We were on our way home. I did live shots from there for Channel 4.
Oh, my God.
How did we do it? No, we did. No. Did we do a live shot? We did video. Somehow we got it on TV.
82.
This wasn't the TV, though.
92.
But you don't see me yet, do you?
102.
I'm in this video.
112. That's almost 40 years ago.
Yeah, it was.
If today's your birthday, let's take 40 minus, I'm trying to come up with your age.
I was 26. No, 46. No, I wasn't. I was 46.
36.
I was 46, 56, 60. It was 20 years ago. There I am. I was 46.
No, it's 30 years ago.
30 years ago. I don't do that.
38 years ago.
37.
There it is. Okay, you got to see that.
Let me see.
We got to put up that link. We got to edit that
We'll
video.
put it up.
Is it on YouTube?
Yeah, well, not yet. I'm going to send it. Oh, my God.
I'll edit it, though, first. Just edit out the front part.
You are literally, look at the wallpaper.
Trim it. 303-713-TALK. Listen, so somebody gave me a letter, and they wanted to know, I bought my friend a house. Now, this is what I don't understand. We had a falling out, and now he won't pay. The house is in his name. What can I do? Now, that's weird. I have a whole bunch of questions about that one, but I do have some answers depending on the scenario. And this person is writing from Kansas. So if you have a question, a problem, complaint, you can write or you can call. Now, help@troubleshooter.com is our email, or you can call 303-713-TALK.
Now, impact traffic.
This report is sponsored.
Maybe I can find it on YouTube.
No, you're not going to find it. I'm going to have to send you the link. It's so random, it's crazy, man. Maybe fisticuffs. We should do they should do a celebrity boxing.
For charity.
That'd be pretty good, actually.
For charity, absolutely.
Okay, let's see here. I gotta find this link. Wait till you guys see this. It's unfucking believable. 1982. He kept saying 20 years ago. No, keep going.
37.
I know.
Well, that wasn't here in Denver then?
It must have been.
No, he wasn't here in 82, was he? I thought.
Yeah, he'd be here. He's been here over 38 years.
Okay.
Barely here. I mean, like, barely here. Drafts. Too damn. Okay. There you go. It's funny you remember this, man.
I remember that day.
Just because it was...
Well, that was that big storm over Christmas?
That was the one that did in Bill McNichol.
What do you mean did him in?
Mayor McNichol. He didn't react to it. We were caught with our pants down.
Oh, you mean like the city came to a halt?
Crippled.
Well, wasn't that Christmas? Wasn't it over Christmas? Yep. Yeah. I heard that was a big...
You weren't here then?
No.
Were you with Donna?
Yeah, but not in the house.
Was that Donna?
No, that was another Donna. That wasn't Monica. And then I was with her, Barry Conrad, me, who was my father.
How did you upload back then? Was it satellite?
No, we did it afterwards. We did it by phone.
I gotcha. Well, you were getting the video there. Then you get them the video, then you're talking about the video. God, what the hell did you guys do before satellite and shit? Holy shit. Now these guys can light up an entire studio anywhere in the world. I mean, it's nuts, man. Think of what Skype's done for the news. You know, all you need is a fucking phone. Did you get it?
Attention, Denver. This is a money-making opportunity. Are you interested in making active or passive income flipping real estate each month? Then listen to this. The National Real Estate Network, we're offering a free flip kit which contains...
AAA was, who's AAA Concrete? Leveling. That's what's his face, right?
Yeah, AAA was Howard Denton.
Yeah.
And then
he brought the new guy in.
Yeah.
He was cool?
He's a cool guy, yeah. Howard Denton's pastor's son.
Oh, his kid bought it.
Denton's pastor's son.
Oh, bought it. Oh, that's interesting.
I don't know what arrangement they made, but yeah, he took it over. And Howard is just... You know, Howard's not as old as I thought.
How old is he?
He's younger than me.
Is he really?
Yeah.
He seems a lot older.
Except when you see him actually lately, I guess I always saw him when he was working and tired, but he was really vibrant. I thought, sure, why did I think you were old? Well, it's because he doesn't do email, he doesn't do...
Well, that sure makes...
All of his habits seemed older.
All of your communication needs into one easy platform for video conferencing, phone calls, group chat.
We have to get people used to calling this hour.
Yesterday we were jammed this hour.
I know. We
will. Be hit or miss.
We will. I'm just going to tell people to keep calling. But
get your free account at Zoom.com today. Meet happy with Zoom. Finding great candidates to hire.
That was such a cute fucking video. I want to put it on Facebook, but I got to get the mom's permission.
With ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first
Me and Tom are going to blast out of here right at
ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Sign out.
Luckily, I have so much fucking email I can go through. So here's the one about the house. Is that a weird one, the house one?
I don't know.
I bought a house, we had a falling out, and now he won't pay. I bought my friend a house.
Moron. Let's start it right there. Why would you, Well, if he just bought him a house, then who gives a shit?
But truly...
Did he lend him money to buy a house?
That's what I don't know, but I got different scenarios. Mark, this is something I got to tell you, and I honest to God mean it. Fuck, right now, seriously. What is it about this hour that goes so fast? I swear, this hour goes faster than any hour we have.
Because we haven't been doing it.
But it just seems so fast.
Because we're used to 1 to 2 going slow, because we just got off.
To play 6:30 K-Now. Then you can hear Michael Brown impact your life this afternoon at 2.
6:30 K-Now.
And I apologize for that promo that said he's going to change your life.
Yeah, I can't wait to get the email, because you know I'll get it, not you.
Do you like the scraping sound?
No comment.
Hi, I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. And we have a lot going on here. All you have to do is stick with us, and you'll be happy. I'm looking for something here. Oh, doggone it. I thought I had it. All right. So, coming up soon, Michael Brown. No! And then Dan Kaplis. That'll be fun. Okay. Dan Kaplis coming up. Let's hear that. If you have a problem, question, or complaint, you got to tell your people now. We're on for an extra hour. We only have a few minutes left. 303-713-TALK. Let me answer this question seriously. I bought my friend a house. We had a falling out. Now he won't pay. I don't even understand that if you bought him a house. So here, I did different scenarios. If you bought the house, was he supposed to be paying? You said you bought it. If he's supposed to be paying, do you have something that memorializes it in writing? Next one. If it's in his name, you can't make him pay anything for anything. Why was he supposed to pay? It should have been, if it was in his name, you should have had what's called a deed of trust. Basically, it says, you have the deed as long as I can trust you to do this. Okay, think of it like that. And did you loan him the money or did you really buy him a house? When you say I bought him a house, did you buy it for him as a gift? You have to have a loan agreement. So you may have done this all wrong. Worst case, you put the loan in your name. This would be worst case, and some people do this, but you deed the house to another person. Now you have no control over the asset, but you have full responsibility for the loan. In that case, the loan is most likely collateralized by the home. So if he doesn't pay, the lender will foreclose, yes, okay, but it will ruin your credit. In essence, you probably deserve the bad credit if you were so reckless with it. A credit rating shows the dependency of someone to handle credit, which is a promise to pay. If you allowed someone to have control over collateral, you deserve bad credit. So bottom line is this. Parents want to help their kids. If you buy an asset, don't put it in their name with the loan in your name. You have no control. Maintain control over the security or the asset as well as the loan. And when you co-sign for something, Mark, what do we always say about co-signing?
No, you're not co-signing.
What are you? You're taking full responsibility. They're going to go for the one that they can collect from.
The lowest hanging fruit.
Yeah, so you may think, oh, wait a minute. I'm just co-signing. That person didn't pay. It's especially bad when you co-sign for a friend and that friend doesn't pay, and then you have no control because you're not even on title. Dan, didn't you know a person who did that close to you? I don't want to embarrass anybody.
Very close.
But he co-signed for someone, right?
That's right.
And it's not you, but it was somebody you know. He co-signed for someone, but he wasn't on the title, was he?
No, he was on the title.
Oh, he was.
Yeah.
Well, in that case, you can repossess the car.
Right.
No, the other guy hid the car. He couldn't find the car.
In which case, by the way, I should say it's not repossessing, it's taking the car.
But he won in court.
Yeah, but you get a judgment and you have nothing to collect from anyone.
Right.
And that's the problem. So here's the ideal way to do it. First of all, you shouldn't do it, okay? You shouldn't co-sign. If you want, if you must, if you're crazy enough to loan money on something, keep control of the asset, be on title, and then I would put a tracker on the car, a GPS, so you always know where the car is. Because sometimes it comes down to just taking control of the asset. What were you going to say?
But if you do co-sign, make sure your name is on the title.
That's what I said.
Because otherwise you
have to go. Oh, you have
nothing.
to go. You have to go through an entire thing, and that requires a security agreement and everything else. And you have to prove that you have the authority to do it. Let me see if I can get to one more email here. Okay, it is. Okay, that one is so stupid I won't read it. Okay, hold on. Can you trade in your leased car for a new lease? It's the worst thing you can do. First of all, trading any car on a lease, the value you have in your car would theoretically, if you had equity, would be added, it would be taken in that lease, and it would reduce the acquisition price of that car. So in essence, you're financing less. However, there's a saying in the leasing business. Because it's so weird, they can adjust the residual, they can adjust the factor, which is the interest you pay, and they can adjust the length of time, the mileage, and everything, that they can take that car without you knowing it, where you get zero credit for it.
You made me think of something. Did you ever outright sell your RV to an individual? Do you always trade them in? Because of that tax credit, and you're talking not a few thousand, you're talking a lot.
What tax credit are you talking about?
Well, if I trade a car in to the dealership when I buy a new one, whatever amount they give me for that car, they offset the sales tax on the new one.
And here's what I do. When you trade in a vehicle, such as a motorhome, and you trade it against another motorhome.
That's right.
Obviously, you're paying way less sales tax. But I do the math.
Okay,
if I
but
find,
it works the same way.
Exactly. You only pay sales tax, no matter what you're buying. You're only paying sales tax on the difference.
Does it work that way with an aircraft?
Yes. You only pay sales tax on the difference of the old asset that you trade in. Now, what I have done, listen to this one. I have had a buyer for an asset, an aircraft. Let's say it's a car.
I know what you're going to say, and you used a company to facilitate the transaction.
The trade. I go to the dealer and say, look, you give me this much for this, and here's what.
And he's going to do it.
I'll pay you a few $100 to do the transaction. He has a guaranteed buyer. You get a guaranteed trade value toward the new one, and you pay less sales tax. It's all legal. You are using the dealer to facilitate your trade-in, and therefore you get the difference. You're charged the difference, and you pay tax on that. Don't forget, people, referralist.com for help, information, and referrals. That's where you can contact us. We're going to be back here again tomorrow, as always, from 10 to 2. Stay tuned for Michael Brown.
If you're running out of room in your
home, like maybe you're a hoarder or...
Get off.
No, not yet. No, let me show you that.
Really, right? I've got some great news for you. Mortgage rates are incredibly low.